So, does anybody remember what happened last time?
I don't know. I wasn't here last time.
I know you didn't.
Alright, Raiden, give us the rundown.
Top to bottom. I want 0 details missed.
I can give you 0 details as I wasn't here.
That's true.
I mean, everyone can describe the scenes that happened with their characters.
Yeah,
because
let's
it's most
go
of it.
with you first, Ignis.
Oh, hey, that's me.
Yeah.
We picked up with Ignis going to the hospital to speak with Gil. Once I got there, I met with a woman named Liz.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the full name, unfortunately. It was like Delfero?
No.
Devereaux.
No, Devereaux. Close. Not quite there though. But I met with a Liz Delfero who was looking towards who was examining Jill's spine to handle a cybernetic implant because Jill was hurt pretty bad when the laboratory exploded.
Yeah.
He took her leave, and then I spoke with Jill for a while. She gave me some details on the experiments about how it's the DNA altering process. But aside from that, didn't have much details. But she did say that if I found her data pad, then I would be able to learn more by either accessing it or bringing it back to her or whatnot. So that is my current objective.
So that is going to be happening today. Shiv, tell us what happened to your character.
Shiv played a bit of a long game in the asylum he was brought back to. Got himself uncommitted from the asylum after driving the people in charge of it insane again.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually met up with Cormac and I've forgotten Op's character's name already. Riley, thank you. And we were figuring out what to do from that.
Riley is currently not here, so we will basically say Riley was found out that they were evicted from their home and ended up heading towards Cormac's place because wanted tea and had nothing else they could do about it. So let's go with Cormac.
So I was just sitting there running my cafe. Riley pop in. Some dudes starting looking suspicious because they've been there too long without ordering some extra stuff. They said they wanted some tea. I brought them the most expensive one I had because they didn't specify. They got bitchy. I told them we should go talk outside. They decided to throw down. Got their asses fucking beat in 6 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Searched them, found out they work for FN Industries. I told them to take a message back to the leaders that I'm coming for them. Then, you do what you do, teleport to a helicopter, get a newscast, tell everybody the FN was responsible for the bombing, and then jumped off the roof and was just like, this was a good day's work.
All right. So.
Yes, we have basically plonked ourselves in the middle of a corporate war.
I did. I put myself. I was the only one there. I didn't say anybody's name.
That's fair.
Yeah. Anyway. So we're going to now head to Raiden. Raiden, do you remember what happened to your character the last time you were on? Raiden?
Obviously. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, the headset's going wonk.
Yeah, I noticed.
Hey, so stole a car, got his clothes back and items back, got a wrench. Wait, first off, technically got a wrench thrown at his head, got his clothes and items back, went to his parents. Apparently, his mother is now Cormac's favorite NPC.
Wait, what?
And then, because the whole reason is Raiden called his mother, and the first words came out of her mouth that were not even okay. Are you okay? What did you do?
Exactly. Exactly.
Does she know what's up?
So he went to see his parents, and had dinner, and is now fixing to leave.
Alrighty, so that's where we are at. Let's go ahead and start on that particular situation. You are heading out. Where are you going?
Well, to change the license plate on the vehicle and paint job, because they're probably still kind of looking for this.
Right, and as you leave the area, you start hearing sirens.
Well, shit. And we just speed up.
And now we have a chase. Where are you heading to?
Quite possibly either the mechanic shop or someplace even further, because it's just a simple case of, yeah, no, why would I stay in this particular area when I could possibly get caught? So either way, I'm going to find somewhere where I can at least change the color and license plate.
Alright. So there is, well, you're still in Spoke 5, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so you know that there is a very known mechanic, your boss, or you could head down further into the lower sectors, try to see if you can lose them. Hi, Keeps, welcome in. See if you can lose them. Thanks for the bonk. In the lower part of town, which they tend to not like going there in the first place. And head to the most famous Ripper Doc / mechanic in the area. So, thanks for giving the shout out.
Probably go to the second one because, in all honesty, going to middle class area where, yes, I normally would go, but seeing as that would draw a lot of attention to the place where I actually work, and then questions are going to ensue, probably going to go further south. Well,
Alright,
further
so you're gonna head
west?
into the lower part of the Spoke 5 into the lower circle.
Yeah.
And there is a chase. You are in a chase right now.
Does Chase know that?
Go ahead and give me a Dex. Yeah, a Dex roll.
This is probably gonna fail.
Now, are you good with cars? Are you good with driving? Do you have anything
I oughta
that's
be.
Godbound that will allow for you to move faster?
Moving faster? No.
Alright, then just give me a straight Dex.
But I know enough of where I'm wanting to go that I don't need a map for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Oh yeah, hold on, cutting edge won't work yet.
Do you have anything in your favor? Let's put it that way.
He's asking if you have any facts that would basically help out with driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, facts. I'm looking for the facts on here. Well, I mean, I would imagine, because I mean, he is partially an engineer / mechanic.
Just because you're an engineer doesn't mean you're good at driving.
That's fair. But I could also do this.
So what does this do?
Basically, it's...
Looks like it causes a car accident.
it probably
A
will.
lot of them, actually. Suddenly a
It probably
mist
will.
shows up out of nowhere. And everything literally just goes, yeah, you're gonna cause a car accident.
Hey, to be fair, as long as I lose them, and as long as they don't know it's actually me, I'm fine.
True.
Meanwhile, on the nearest big news screen, you basically see all of Cormac's shenanigans.
Oh yeah, you're noticing not only, and then they switch over to the car chase. That suddenly there is a whiff of air out of nowhere, mist around, never been seen before in ever in the area, and so and there's a car wreck. Yep.
Yeah, we gotta make sure you don't get into a car accident now.
You are
You can see-
successfully able to get out of your own car accident you made.
Because you made a giant fog where everybody, including those ahead of you, can only see 5 feet. So you're now dodging car accidents.
So you do manage to lose them.
I suppose dodging car
Okay,
accidents
that's
is
good.
better than dodging bullets.
Yeah, that's fair.
And you
Yeah,
are now
yeah.
in the lower
That guy there.
sector, and what are you gonna do then?
We're gonna go to that ripper
Okay.
/ mechanic.
Alright. Now, for the sake of those who are here, that ripper, that / mechanic, if I can actually get, he said he didn't really, he's gonna be, he'll be there, but he will definitely be swearing up and down as he's playing with a Pinto.
Oh, you hear a loud boom! What'd you do? I tapped the tailpipe.
And he's playing with a Pinto. Let's see if I got him. Oh yeah, here we go.
So, for those who somehow don't know, the Ford Pinto is probably one of the most dangerous cars ever produced.
On map.
I think the M1 Abrams would disagree.
Let's see, now I gotta look that up.
God
The
damn it!
battle
What the
tank.
fuck? Hello.
Oh god, you're working on one of those things?
Even get here.
That's not a good way to start. I was given this a long time ago. It's never worked right.
Well, I mean,
I will get this to work right someday.
well,
It is my goal.
I've got a car that I just need the license plate and the color changed right quick.
Oh, sure. Bring it in.
And he's gonna bring in the car. I'll say, technically I don't have any money, or only have like a set amount.
You don't have any money? Yes, you do. Every Godbound has some money.
Okay.
Especially with your parents now being in the upper, they could actually call in the credits for you.
That's fair.
But they're also going to be asking you, what the fuck are you doing with a stolen vehicle?
Yeah, that's why I'm not gonna call them.
So,
It's only stolen if the person that it originally belonged to is still alive.
Yeah, how do I know he's not dead yet? I did steal it at a hospital.
No, you stole it at a
No, he
basically
stole it at the
scientific
hospital.
research center.
No, he stole it from the hospital.
Oh.
So, you got the money?
Yeah.
Bring in the
I've got
car.
some.
Well, we could do it on other things. So you bring in the car. He starts looking over it. Have you seen my wife, Liz?
Wait. Is-
Obviously,
that
she's not here right now. Okay, fine. We'll just
Wait,
take
I was
care
gonna
of this.
say,
It won't take too long.
What was the name of the researcher again?
Not Liz. You've never
No,
met Liz.
the researcher's Jill. They're not the same person.
No.
You have not met this person.
She
Okay.
would have if she would have been there, she would have been at the front desk. But you walked and you saw nobody at the front desk.
Okay.
I'll have to figure out what she's doing right now
I mean,
later. But
if it helps, I could probably make a deal with you. I could probably get that car going.
nobody touches my Pinto.
Nah, that's fair.
You have something else in mind, that's fine. This Pinto is mine to deal with. One day,
Oh,
one day, it will be fixed. One day. Just not today.
yeah, just not today. That's for sure. I can't really think of anything else, so. Well, there goes my remaining credits I got, but that's fine.
Yeah, 500. You can pay me installments.
That works.
All right. So he goes ahead and does the thing that you need it done, which is get it fixed to be right for you. And don't tell anybody I did this for you. Ever.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Exactly. And your car is done.
So now I have a car that police can say that it's stolen, but they can't actually prove it's stolen.
And you owe 1,500. Yeah. In the future. So, installments.
And
So put
how
in
much
your
currently
put on your
do I think
sheet
we have?
somewhere that you owe 1,500 to Willis. Huh?
Technically, how much do I actually have currently? Like 500?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll pay at least 250.
Okay.
Right from the get-go.
So then 1,750. Got it. Okay. Cool. Because it is a
It'd be 1,250 I owe.
right. So
Marissa needs more coffee to math.
I need something to math.
Or just don't math at all. Who enjoys math?
Who does?
Mathematicians.
Um
People who are paid to do math. Anybody here paid to do math?
math we're done
I'll
with
do it for a
math.
bit.
We're
Is that
done
cool?
with math and you
I mean,
your car is done within minutes. He says, all right. When next time, hey Liz, normally don't have people back here. Do have to find out where my wife is.
I am not 100% sure.
And he goes back to tinkering with his Pinto.
And with that, I head out back to before heading out, I'm like, just thinking to myself, haven't I actually had? I'm actually hungry again. So now I'm gonna go look for a place to eat, or at least get
Alright.
some tea or coffee.
Well, you know about the place, but it's really far away. There's two places. There is a Waffle House nearby. And there is, Cormac did talk about having a tea house for a short time before he left and disappeared.
And that's where I'm probably gonna head.
Alright, so we got you over in Cormac because we'll just go straight into that. And give me a second to change over. You're not stopped anymore. There's no sirens, but you have definitely caused a huge pileup.
Well, like I said, they can't technically prove that it's me, nor can my parents yell at me because I can also straight up lie to them saying it wasn't actually me. They won't know.
Because you did not ask for money from them.
Exactly.
Alright, we are back at the
It-
tea house when Raiden heads in.
And it's only illegal if you're caught.
Let me get the picture to look better. Looks like I have to go see this doctor anyway. And there we go. All right. So you see. So I'm gonna do the same. All right. So you guys are now together. As he had walked in just as you were talking. I'm gonna stop you guys there. We're not gonna start with your conversation yet. We're gonna head into where Ignis is. And Ignis,
Hello.
where are you going?
Our scene will be picking up with Ignis in his car driving to the SOB laboratory.
All right.
The one that got destroyed during the game's prologue.
Yes.
So, meanwhile, there's a headline on the news thing: SOB, SOL.
True, I suppose.
All right.
But
So we're heading into SOB Industries and okay. Let me get to that point where I can get us all together or get everything together so you can see what's going on. Because there's somebody there except for you, and not just you. All right. Let me change. This is the worst part about Roll20 on interacting here. You know the last place where she was. And when you get in there...
But one thing though, the reason that we were starting in the car was because we have something that happened after last session that we have to explain in this session.
Oh yes, let's do that first then. And we'll deal with this in a second.
So yes, we're still in the car, and Ignis picks up his phone, and in the voice of his CEO persona, Dracul, he will call the president of Ignin Industries, Mr. Caldor. Beep, 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 beep.
Yes! This is Calgor.
Mr. Caldor, it's nice to hear from you. This is Dracul, and I have a new memo that I'd like you to set up throughout the company.
And that is?
In light of FN Industries' open hostilities against SOB, from here until otherwise noticed, we are ceasing all trade operations with FN Industries.
Yes, sir. Are you sure you want to do this? They have a good portion recently.
Yes. Unfortunately, the good of the city must come before our personal gain. I do not wish to have my weapons used in such open hostilities against the populace of Opus. I will not condone them being used as such. They're tools to protect the people, not to oppress the people.
Absolutely, sir. We will take care of that right away. Is there anything else you would like, sir?
Yes. Earlier this morning, I drafted a few letters, and I would like you to get them from the secretary and start sending them out to the other CEOs, more or less making Ignan Industries' position on the matter very clear. We will not associate with anyone who engages in open hostilities on Opus, or those who condones it. Any other industries that do not also cease trade deals with FN Industries until the resolution of this situation will also be embargoed by industries.
As you wish, sir.
Thank you.
It's going to be a lot.
I'm aware.
Yes, that could hurt the pocketbook.
That will be fine.
All right, as you wish, sir. I will take care of that right away.
Wonderful. And what this is doing is Ignis is now spending the 3 influence, 2 that we started with, 1 that we started with in character creation, and 2 unreclaimable influence gained as a chat reward from the good Fire Everett.
Yes, from Fire, who gave you...
Unfortunately, I don't think I can link the project directly in chat, so I will go ahead and read it off.
Yeah, please.
The ongoing project is Impeding FN Industries. In the description is Ignis leverages his corporation, Ignan Industries, against FN Industries. This encompasses activities such as ceasing all trade with the corporation, as well as attempting to lobby other corporations and the council against them due to their reckless and violent actions against SOB.
So you are using your influence to start causing heck for FN. And throwing
yes.
your hat in the ring, so to speak, against them.
Of course. Drastic actions require drastic responses. You don't just let off a bomb in the middle of a city and get away with it. If they want to wage a corporate war, they can do so without my weapons.
Absolutely.
Drastic response.
Hmm?
They're gonna get a drastic response.
All right, so now we are going to head into the next part, which is going back into where you were recreated. Let's put it that way. Made into a godhood.
Enhanced.
Enhanced.
We were already born perfect, but we just got a little bit more perfect.
Right. So.
Alright, where should I put my token? I feel like the Flaming Crater isn't the most apt place to put my token.
No, I think you should go directly to where you think was the last spot. Hi, Dudar! Welcome in. The last spot that you had seen her with the data pad.
Well, the last
That
time I saw her
would've been-
conscious would be in here.
Alright. Guess
She's
what?
fallen conscious here, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct. And a certain someone's in there. You've met her already once today.
She's wearing purple, arrest her.
No, she's not.
You're not wearing purple? I thought you did.
No, she's wearing brown, actually.
Even if she's
That's
over
close
in
enough,
purple, she's
arrest her
got-
anyway.
If you're wearing purple, that'd be more high profile in the setting. Remember, that's the color designated to royalty.
Right. It's also a color that if you are wearing and you are not royalty, can get you thrown in jail.
Hmm.
So, unless it's in your
As
hair.
that sounds, I'm sure most of society would prefer not to have happen.
Right. Unless it's in your hair. That's a different story.
Then you get the guillotine.
So you do see a lot of people who tend to, when they're especially against the actual regime of it all, tend to have purple hair.
Purple hair is the rebel signal. Oh
So, yeah. Anyway. Right. So, yeah, you're in the room with her. She has already picked up the data pad and seems to have it in her hands.
no! Miss Devereaux, I didn't think I'd see you again so soon.
I didn't think I'd see you either, but I am confiscating this data pad.
With all due respect, Miss Devereaux, I believe you said you weren't involved in this.
I'm not.
Ignis will look around, noting it seems like you're involved due to your presence here, are you not? If so, what horse do you have in this race? Why be here?
They stole my and my husband's work.
Oh, that's interesting. In what capacity?
And she does something you would not expect from a normal human.
Oh,
Shall I show you?
tell me what.
And the first word of the day from a NPC is thrown at you.
Oh, are we going on initiative?
No.
Okay, good for her.
Because that's not her way.
What word is being thrown at me then?
Bitch, please.
That's enough.
I have to find it. Darn it. It just disappeared on me.
While you're looking that up, I will just point out you made the statement that she does something that you would not expect a human to do.
Yes.
It's something
Have you seen her
supernatural.
skin tone?
Yeah, but
Oh,
you
okay,
know
let's
that
be
you even
Human-
know that they don't do that either.
Human extends to humanoid in this setting, as far as I'm concerned.
So you wouldn't expect any other living being in the system to do.
And suddenly, shadows appear out of nowhere. The room is dark.
That's very interesting. I will be miracling out a power, however,
Okay.
in response to this.
Wait a minute. As a dragon, doesn't he have dark vision?
He does.
Oh, I do. Never mind. Fuck. Then ignore this then. You're so right. Actually, hold on a second.
Yeah. 'Cause I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure
Thank
me
you.
and one other person has default dark vision.
Yeah.
I have it because
Okay.
I start as an elf.
So never mind. She causes this darkness to arise as I maintain eye contact.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Oh, I'm sure there's more, but we're not going to discuss that today.
I think
Anyway,
we will,
and why is that?
because I'm not letting you leave with that data pad. Not until you explain what you did to me and the others.
I didn't do this to you. They did it to you.
Mm.
They stole it from me.
Unfortunate. I guess I'll have to steal it from you then. Because Jill said that I can learn what happened to me based on that data pad, so I'm not letting you walk without it.
Oh, Jill's the one who told me to
without it.
come here.
So, Ignis will walk towards her and hold out his hand.
Haha.
I'd advise we handle this peacefully.
And how are we going to do that?
You give it to me. I see what I want from it, and then I can hand it back. Simple as
As long
that.
as you hand it back. You promise to hand it back.
Sure. You have my word.
All right.
I am lying, so I'll go ahead and roll charisma if you'd like.
Yes. Roll charisma. Against my charisma?
To my understanding, it's just I make a charisma check to lie. I don't think you roll anything.
Well, you lie to her, and you
Yeah.
seem to be successful. Seem. But there's a word called deception
There is.
that allows for her to figure out that you are deceiving her.
True.
And she has it.
I mean, I don't know what the innate for deception is, but I don't know if it is explicitly you know whenever someone's lying to you. I know it lets you lie flawlessly, but I don't know
Deceiver's
the other part.
unblinking eye
Okay.
allows for you to know if someone is lying to you. You can always tell. No, I think you're just trying to deceive me. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna
Guilty
do
as
what
charged.
exactly what I was going to do before you left, or before you left the area. I'm going to
Oh, love
finish
that.
what I was going to do, and then I will give you the data pad.
Fortunately, I think we're at an impasse because I don't think I can trust you either.
Well, let's do this first. She puts her hand, what seems to be, well, in our understanding of reality today, what looks like a data jack or an ISB drive, puts it in, lets it fill it out, and then she hands you the data pad.
So she dumps the contents to a drive.
No,
She probably copied it. if I had
she
to guess.
copied it.
Yeah, well, that's what that term means when you dump something to a drive.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the term meant transferred, not copy. My bad.
It is, yeah, she dumped it in.
Forewarning, I am not a tech guy. I am very technologically illiterate, unfortunately.
All right, I've done exactly what I've wanted to do. Here you go.
I will open the data. I'll open the databed, make sure everything's still on it.
It is.
Wonderful. And what is the nature of this? What part of this did they steal from you, out of curiosity, as Ignis peruses it?
We are the first to actually have developed Wetwire.
Suppose that makes sense then. You seem to have similar abilities as us and the others, I suppose then.
My husband wanted me to stay with him forever. But unfortunately, we did not want to get it out because we don't want another world full of things.
Well,
Go say
people
that
like
again.
World full of things.
Things. I'm not quite familiar with the term.
That's interesting. I'm sure that you've heard of the militant race up in the northern part of the galaxy that call for the God Emperor?
Is this something I know, like out of character, or?
Do you have knowledge? Do you have anything that would give you power to know something like that?
I'm really old.
That would do it. You've heard of it.
And when he says really old, he means really old.
You've heard of this happening rather within the last 500 years. A group of militant race have been going around and acting as if there's only one God, and anybody else is a heretic.
Oh, I remember this conversation. We spoke about this at the end of last session.
Yes, we did.
Or after session, rather.
We did. It was an after session thing. Yeah.
Okay. So, you kind of see like the light bulb go off, and Ignis just kind of nods to himself. Ah, those individuals. I remember what you're talking about now. Would you say that they're attracted to this power then, or at least those with them?
It's not just that. They were made from this.
Ah, so they're more individuals like you and I.
Yes.
If this is information that you wish to be kept hidden, why not destroy it? You've already reaped the benefits of it, after all. Having it around would only cause incidents like this to happen where it gets out again, no?
The thought has crossed our minds. But what if we can save the things from being who they are? Maybe improve the work.
Seems a bit suspect. If these things are our enemies, why try to improve them? You just make our lives harder for us.
They're not totally our enemies. Well, they weren't.
Seems like they are now, though.
They are now. I have to really, really consider destroying. You could destroy that datapad all you want. I don't care anymore. I've got what I have.
I won't accomplish anything. If you're still alive, the information can find its way out otherwise. But
I do need to speak to my husband about it. But
Very
for
well.
now, I
In the
don't
meantime-
think I want to have any more things here.
Very
And
well.
I'm glad you guys at least did not change into things.
In the meantime, however, Ignis will reach into his pocket and pull out a card. If you'd like to contact me again in the future, take this.
Oh.
A business card, as it were.
How about this? They switch business cards. If you want to contact me, you know where I'm at.
Wonderful. I feel like individuals such as ourselves should remain in contact to some degree.
Oh, absolutely. And I do want to get down to the business of who stole what.
Wonderful. In the meantime, I'm going to peruse the rest of this laboratory. I want to make sure everything is thoroughly destroyed before I leave.
I got what I want.
Wonderful.
You know where to find me. And she leaves.
Narrative willing, perhaps we'll run into each other again at the hospital, talking to Jill.
Probably.
And,
Due to the fact
just-
and she will say, probably, because that's after I take care of this. That will be the next stop.
Then Ignis will spend probably a while going through the laboratory and destroying anything that he can't bring with him, more or less. So destroy any like research or evidence, basically stopping any of this from getting back out, because we don't want more Godbound running around. I am in agreement on that point.
She's not happy with the idea of having more Godbound around either.
Hey, I am happy with that. That means our goals are aligned, which means she is not an enemy.
No,
Yet.
she's yet. All right.
That's okay though. That stipulation goes to everyone. And then that will also make us the Ignis is loitering around here long enough for the rest of our band of merry assholes to get here.
Yes. Well,
I'm not going there. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh wait, you guys are going to Jill. That's right.
they're heading to Jill.
All right. So yeah,
I'm
after
also-
I thought Cormac's character would take any chance to destroy corporate property.
I have zero interest in destroying an already destroyed building. There's no
Touche.
glory in that.
we're
Touche.
just making sure one bomb was enough. Okay. We got to be thorough around these parts. But after
But the-
that, we will head out and then make our way to the hospital, data pad in hand.
Okay.
Just in point of fact,
I
If
do
you
want
were
to say
to go
one thing
into-
before. You do remember seeing 2 blue creatures
Blue.
here and here?
Oh, true. Oh yeah, I'll go check up on those again.
They are not there.
yeah,
Oh,
going into that room where your token is at the moment.
Mhm.
Considering you have seen my character for a time, you would recognize the parts in that tube.
Oh, the parts that were in this tube.
Yeah, and that too.
Well, they are.
That's where Riley's parts, human
Yeah.
parts are.
Yeah, the parts that they weren't Elven. Thank you very much.
Elvin!
Listen, human
Like-
just encapsulates all the humanoids. That's my take on it.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure you would see
Excuse me.
elves as being above the humans because we have a stupidly long lifespan as well.
I have
yeah,
to
but you
mute.
also hide
I will
underground.
Be right back.
You also hide underground all the time, so I don't actually see you that often.
Yeah. Apparently, we're a subterranean race,
Shut up, Dockle Nobody likes you.
If anything,
which
that
I
means
was
you
not
are
actually
beneath-
aware of.
In that case, you'd be beneath the humans, both literally and physically.
We run this place. We
Well,
run this place.
no.
We've actually got tactical nukes hidden all over the place. One button press, you're all gone.
It's the fucking jellyfish and the rest of the planet.
Shut up! No spoilers.
What? So there was like blue humanoids in these tubes then, from last time?
Percy said she had to BRB.
Oh, true. You're so right.
Yeah, I think they were. I think they're intended to be like proto Thanes.
Fascinating. I probably should have destroyed those last time I was here.
I dare say, last time you were here, you'd probably be. You could chalk it up to confusion. You know, waking up with an entire month of your life missing.
No excuses.
Well, yeah, technically there shouldn't be any excuses because you're that old that an entire month of your life, that's like a flash.
It's like a day.
Like the
Okay.
new,
Yeah.
but like the news has also been recording this place for a while, apart from cutting away to us.
I mean, they probably haven't had
So-
just like a copter flying overhead for the last 24 hours. I'm surprised there's not like an investigation
Okay,
team
I'm
here,
back.
but that's besides the point.
I am
If
back.
someone-
Welcome back.
I mean, the lack of an investigation team can easily be covered by the company being
Right.
like, no,
Yeah.
you are not investigating Jack.
Yeah,
Get
they
out.
way to get out of here. I get that.
All right. So
Yeah.
what are we talking about?
Oh, I was just referring to like so this tube and this tube had 2 blue like bodies in it that are missing now.
Yes, these 2 right here.
Oh, it was up here. Oh, up here. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They are
Okay.
missing.
Oh. Fascinating. So there are at least 2 more
Running around.
wandering around then. Unfortunately, I have no such way to track them unless I'm able to do so mundanely. But I assume not, because this is a rock ground and we're in a city.
Mhm.
So, unfortunately, we'll just have to put that one in the back of the old noggin, and then head back above surface.
Okay. So, do you do anything once you've headed back up to surface?
get back in my car and drive to the hospital.
Alright, so we're done with this. We move on.
Back in the car, get back in the car, crank up the tunes,
And
light a spliff.
going back to the hospital.
Okay, now that you've said that, I'm imagining Ignis driving / flying. Because does he have a flying car? Does he have an AV?
Yeah,
Oh, he
my car
definitely
flies.
has a flying
All
car.
right, I'm totally imagining him driving up to like a traffic jam, a bunch of traffic at a cross section, and just like flicking on the AV function as that meme of the Dr. Livesey funk thing. Like if you know that meme, like that immediately comes on the radio and he just flies over everyone with the most smug looking grin ever.
True.
Now,
Traffic-
since you
and
are
just-
there
just
a
in point-
good time, then
And just for
Liz will be
just
back.
for everyone in the chat, I'm actually going to look up that meme video and link it.
Since you were there for a time, Liz will be heading back to where you were. Where they are.
Does she get there before or after us, though?
Probably after.
Oh, good.
So now we are heading. Actually, we should probably head back to you guys. And
As we all finish telling Brayden our stories.
yeah, go ahead and start talking amongst each other. While I switch this back over.
So, like, I'm sure you've seen the newscasts recently about pertaining to all of us, and the recent stuff that he looks at Cormac, he's done.
Seen it. I lived it.
Oh, yeah, you've lived it. We had to witness it on the newscast.
Oh, don't say it like
How
we
did you
didn't like
even
it.
get
I got a better view.
Helicopter anyway. Like, did that just kind of happen?
Sorry. I wanted to be there, then I was.
Huh. That's kind of like what I can do. Except I come out of electronics, for lack of a better term.
Maid, did you see Riley? She went through a wall.
Okay, fair enough. You also put down 4 individuals in the course of a couple seconds, and still managed to break a window that you didn't even touch.
Well, not the first time, won't be the last time. Well, yeah, not the first time, won't be the last time.
To be fair, I can fly, so
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh,
I'm still just sitting here drinking coffee. I don't care.
my martial arts capacity I had before going to SOB.
I feel like our best course of action to take would be to go to that hospital and talk to the surviving scientists.
Yes, I'm very interested in seeing what she knows about FN Industries.
I'm more interested to see what she knows about the industry that she was working for.
No, I don't care about that. I care about the people that came in and thought they could. Fuck with me, for lack of a better phrase.
That's a very, very fair argument.
What they've done to me is make me much more of a problem than they ever wanted me to be.
I'm more worried about the idea that the corporate wars might start up again.
Oh, and I'll put them down, don't worry.
I'm a librarian. We're mostly neutral. We don't need to be caught in a crossfire.
You're no longer a librarian.
That's as far as employment is concerned, that is correct.
No, I mean, you've become more than anything they could
Okay, that is also
hammer you
true.
into. Stop thinking like they want you to think.
get a new nature, basically. That's what you're saying.
Saying become your own person. Why do you want to go back to what you were? Apparently what you were just got you sent to an insane asylum for having seizures.
That's fair. And he starts to think about that for a moment. Carry on with the discussion.
Discussion. I thought we were leaving.
We probably should. Who's got a vehicle that can carry all of us? Because we've got to go to another spoke.
As long as one of you is okay riding bitch, I can carry one of you.
I was gonna
Wait,
say,
riding what?
Riding bitch.
it's
I'm confused.
Okay,
Oh
I
my
think this
god,
might
it's
be
where
an
you're the second
American
person on a
term.
motorcycle. What
Yeah,
the hell,
that's-
guys?
What's on the back,
you
yeah.
guys seriously didn't know that?
I've never
which is
heard that
strange,
term
because
I
I
mean,
know a lot of
here's
people
the-
who own motorcycles.
Here's the thing. Magica's young, and I believe it's an American saying, so...
Yeah. Magica's too young to understand standard
And-
old people speak. I'm too Scottish to
You knew
understand
that.
Americanisms.
Well,
I just never heard that specific term before.
Me
Yeah.
either, which is strange because I know a lot of people who own motorcycles.
Yeah, but then we also
Well, you're gonna learn today.
you're too much you're too much of a child. See, we know you're secretly 12. We know.
Hey, don't knock people who have the mentality and
You mean don't mock the afflicted?
yes, and the people whose sense of humor hasn't gone beyond the 12-year-old scope.
but dude, I am glad you're here.
He's not. He's not here.
So
He's
in that
working.
case,
He's
I
like
don't even think my
Fortnite.
what? Fuck Fortnite.
I mean, I'm guessing you don't have a car then, Shiv.
I do not.
Riley, I believe I watched you walk in, so I don't think you have one. And you
Well, I
flew.
mean, I do. I did live nearby, so I
Hey,
wouldn't
I've got one.
have driven here anyway.
Oh, good. So you could take at least one other person.
I can take.
Well, Riley,
I mean-
you do have a bike, or at least you had one.
Or are we just covering that? I can have that.
You can have a bike
Let's go. Biker gang online.
because you were a cop. So you, although you're a dead cop, so
No, I mean the bike. If I have a bike, that would be mine. Like that would be in a. I would BS there being a garage in a building that I was living in. That
Yeah.
has my bike. My typical ride would be the one that has the holographics down the side that state, you know, come near this car, you get shot by a cop. You know, we are here to protect and sever.
yeah, gotcha.
Protect and sever.
Sever. Sever.
I can't actually remember what it states on the judge's badge in the Death World in 2000 AD, because regular judges in 2000 AD just have their name. Regular cops have a thing that's similar to the Protect and Serve, and in the Death World, where like Judge Death and all that comes from, they have one that's an inversion of that. It's like, you know, we are cops, we are here to kill and maim, kind of thing. I can't remember exactly
We
what it
divide
is, but
and
something
conquer.
cheesy like that.
I mean, you
It's
could
not
just
divide and conquer. That's normal.
you could just have the Transformers ones. We're here to punish and enslave.
No,
Oh,
because
is
that
that-
is
is that
actually
what I had?
probably copyright.
Fine, we're here to
we-
enslave and punish.
Yeah,
Legally distinct.
we are the EP squad, the enslavement and punishment squad.
But anyway, moving on.
As long as you all have a way to get there, suppose we should go.
Seems like a decent plan.
And then you have Raiden, who has a car that could take all of you.
I'm taking my bike.
Well, the car is at least a 4-seater.
Yeah. So the rest of you could end up in one car. So,
Suppose I'll take
I
one in
will.
the car.
I will take the car because I'm going to cover my character not really being that involved right now, as she's basically been sitting there messing around with the internal settings.
Dad, you have a very sad life, and your bike might not actually be there anymore.
Actually,
Oh no, I'm gonna say the bike is there.
the bike is there. It's
It hasn't been
locked down,
repossessed yet.
and
It's just we gotta break it out.
You have to break it out.
It has not one boot, not two boots, but four. Nobody knows why or how, but it does.
Well, it would have 4 boots because it's technically a Dodge Tomahawk, which has 4 wheels.
You're driving a quad, okay.
I love the design of that because it's basically it's a miniature jet engine effectively, because that's what the engine on a Dodge Tomahawk wants to be when it grows up. Like with a quad, except imagine the wheels not being on the outside, like the wheels are actually inside.
I got a picture of it.
Yeah, it's such a cool design.
Oh, it's literally basically they looked at Tron and said, "Hey, let's try and turn that into an actual bike."
Pretty much. Yeah,
I
it's
think
very
they're
similar
like,
to
you
what
know
they
all
did
those
with
bikes
the.
that do the speed tests out in the desert? How about we just make one that's technically road compatible?
Yeah,
Actually-
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much what it is. Except for instead of the jet engine, they shoved they shoved a Viper engine in it.
This thing looks dangerous.
That's why they only ever made
Yeah.
10 in 3 years.
Exactly.
The thing is incredibly dangerous because, like, a theoretical top speed of it, because they've never confirmed it, because it moves so fast that they can never get the top speed calculated
Yeah, because the guy
because you fly off of it.
or you pass out.
Like just looking at the
And I
engine
drive
they
one
basically put on this
casually.
thing.
All right, well,
Like how
you
do
guys,
write
you guys
this
start
without getting
discussing
hurt?
mechanics as Korvac walks out.
But
Come on, guys.
for the purposes of this right
If Shiv
now,
gets
I'll
finishes
go in
his
the
team.
car we're riding.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go to the car. That seems like fun.
All right. So we have you guys in the car,
Nope, I'm on my bike.
and you're on
Hold
a
on.
bike.
He writing down the rest of his coffee first.
I love how you go back.
And I have to
But,
go
You
back.
just nick the cup.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
Nick.
well, Deathwish coffee. He loves it.
I do.
Well, he didn't get that because he said he didn't want the 100 credit coffee.
Coffee's coffee either way, though.
And we're gonna fast travel.
Well, hang on. Korvac comes peeling out, doing a wheelie on the bike that is now doesn't have the SOB corporate colors. Is now completely black with a depiction of a Hindu asura on the side.
Pulling a wheelie the entire
And
time.
for those of us in the cheap seats, what is that?
It's basically a 6-armed demon.
Meanwhile, they're all watching him pop the wheelie and drive all the way away while they make chase the car. Show off!
Oh no, no. You want to show off? You gotta realize one thing. There's a reason I picked a muscle car.
Yeah.
The aesthetic.
Does
Not
your
just
car
the,
do
the, the
wheelies?
amount of horsepower typically they have.
I picked a bike because it's easier to weave in and out of all the traffic that's in the lower spoke.
That's
I picked
fair.
a flying car so I can just avoid traffic.
Yeah, but I
Yes,
stole
but
this
your
one,
character-
so I didn't really have a choice. I mean, I did, but I didn't.
Well, your character is rich. You can
I'll just
afford a
upgrade
flying car.
I'll upgrade the car as we go.
True. You know, I guess maybe I'll just buy you a flying car too, Shiv.
Don't
I
think
don't think it's safe for an epileptic to fly.
he's
But it
not
is
epileptic.
funny.
There's a reason he has the convulsions.
But it is funny. He's a
I don't think
god.
my character would actually know how to drive anything other than a bike.
You have the word of knowledge. You know everything.
My guy, just touch the car and you
because you
immediately know how to drive it.
Your
Just
Godbound
because-
power is literally knowing everything.
You know how to drive the
No,
car.
yeah,
You may
and-
not have
The
the
difference between-
ability, street smarts
Yeah.
to do so.
Yeah, just because I know how I could drive a car without, crashing into the nearest lamppost, doesn't mean I'm physically capable of driving without crashing into the nearest lamppost.
You probably do. You have a dex higher than 1.
That's true.
So you probably could.
Is it a good idea? We'll find out.
Yeah.
But is Raiden gonna let you drive his car? No.
Probably
No.
not. So,
If Raiden let him drive his car, that would be a mistake.
all right. So you guys are heading to the hospital, and shenanigans. You do notice that you're having to go another direction due to a massive car pileup.
How the heck did that happen?
Interesting.
Raiden's just gonna be like mentally whistling.
He just sinks a little bit lower, reading his datapad newspaper.
That Cormac just pulls off and starts going down the alleyways, which may or may not actually be wide enough for your car.
Probably not. So
He inexplicably starts driving up buildings.
No, fortunately
Not
not.
No.
Yeah, what do you think this is? Ultraviolet?
No. Okay, maybe if Riley was driving the car.
That's actually an interesting thing. Would I be able to do that if I was driving my own vehicle?
You could drive a
Dude.
car. Could you go up? Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Now, with a motorcycle, yes.
with a car, probably not.
Because I did.
Okay, I'm going to just make a
deem
mental
that
note of that.
motorcycles can work with your as one.
All right. Well, I'm just
Well, she
going
said
to
that,
make
so
a
you
make a
have to
note
say
of that. DM states I can bullshit my abilities onto my bike.
I did deem it because we had another for if we would be in a fantasy setting, you could do the same thing with your horse.
Mm.
So your
I
horse.
don't remember you saying that, but okay.
Yeah, I did. Your horse is your motorbike. So
Well, my horse just happens to be a car, cause motorcycle.
no,
Well, muscle car. That's why.
muscle cars will not work that way.
It's fine. Like I said, I'll just upgrade it later on to where it can fly.
That you could do.
Just
Oh.
ingratiate yourself to Ignis.
Wait, what's up?
I'll just say that Raiden could ingratiate himself to you and be like, "Hey, Daddy car owner, can I have a flying car?"
No. Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
So you finally get to the hospital after dealing with the traffic situation that is happening. Of course, if you are in a flying car, you wouldn't have to
traffic
worry
jam
at
that-
all for the traffic jam. That's
The traffic jam that
That's the perk of
it
that.
can neither be confirmed nor denied that Raiden did it.
Mhm.
I just look out my window, look down at the inconsequential ants living their day-to-day lives.
And you see the traffic pile up as well.
Gridlock through the next 3 spokes because of a traffic accident.
Well, there is a gridlock, yes. And, but if you go down alleyways with your motorbike, you're going to get there first. So go ahead and come on in. For the
What we're
rest of
actually
you
gonna
that
do-
are in a car,
Hold
well-
on. The idea is that we're actually going to take back ways to get there.
You
meaning
can
that we're
make
going to take
it.
a detour.
You can make it with back ways.
I
You
ain't
will-
taking back ways. I just take alleys to get around the dead shit.
He's
full
taking
speed or
alleyways.
nothing.
I'm taking like a few streets over.
So you're gonna come in later. Not
Yeah,
much
basically-
later, but later.
Yeah, essentially because it's the case of I'm literally going around that whole gridlock.
Right. So, for those of you who are, well, just Cormac. Cormac, you're first.
So I'm gonna assume these are the elevators.
Yes.
I walk up to the desk.
Do they look at you? May I help you, sir?
Yeah, I'm here to see a Jill exposition.
Oh. That's right. 306. Hey. Hi, Java. Welcome in.
Ow.
The rest of us, I assume, arrive.
A few moments later. Not much later, but a few. Alright, so you go to 306, and 306, you will see Jill. I'll show you right there. Yep. You're in the right room.
It's the only room with people in it.
Yep. Well, there are others in other rooms, but yeah.
Is the second person here?
Yes, that's the doctor.
Oh.
Sir. Can I help you?
No, but she can.
Another visitor for you, Jill. I'll be in another room.
Yes. Out.
I have been busy today. Hello again.
We're not here for small. I'm not here for small talk. The others might be, but they're not going to be here for a second. Couple minutes. Which means it's just you and me.
Foreboding.
You scare me.
Good. It means because I don't want you to lie to me.
Fine. I don't have a reason to lie.
Oh no, you were a part of the corporate structure. You can easily have it easy to lie.
Was.
I know how NDAs work. I've read my share. But I have questions. The others are going to ask you about what you guys did or what you were trying to accomplish and all this other stuff, and you'll save that for when they're here, because I honestly don't care.
Interesting. Why do
I
you
want
not
you-
care?
Because I'm not dead, I'm feeling amazing. So whatever you did is just a boon, and I don't care why you did it. I'm going to use it as a gift to do whatever I need to do in my life.
You have multiple gifts.
Shh. You voice outside the window. It breaks the window. Maybe now the vibrating window won't be speaking back.
I'm not sure if you
It's alright.
needed
It's
that,
alright.
but Thank you. Thank you for letting me remember to take the meds. Appreciate it.
I'm now just picturing a dragon with liberty spikes hanging on the side of the hospital, whispering into the window.
Yo,
Probably then snickering as the window explodes and Cormac's head sticks out going, "Where's that coming from?"
but what I want from you is I want you to tell me everything you know about FN Industries, because they decided to send people to my place to, and he will literally air quote, observe and report. I take this as a direct threat.
You should. Because they want to kill you.
Good news, they're gonna get their chance. Unfortunately, I'm gonna take way more of them out than they'll ever have the opportunity to take me out. Never mind, ignore all that.
Right. Well, I can tell you that FN Industries and SOB Industries have been at odds with each other for some time. One is very much into using a lot of cybernetics to enhance, and we are into trying to make it so that you can be enhanced another way,
You're
permanently.
you're misunderstanding my question. I want, where are their holdings? Where do they keep their weapons, their stock, their supplies? I want logistical
Oh,
details. I
you
don't
want to know where
care
they
about.
are?
I want to know where their assets are. I don't care about what they're doing to you or what you're doing to them or how you view them.
Well, their assets are probably going to be in the southern spoke, because they tend to do a lot of stuff with enhancing the soldiers.
But I know you guys all keep tabs on each other, so I want addresses.
Okay, well, um, she will give you the address to FN Industries.
I don't want their headquarters. I want satellite offices. I want stockpiles. I want the things they don't keep at the headquarters.
Basically, warehouse locations.
We don't know where all of them are.
I don't need all of them. Just a couple will start.
That we can do. You really are going to go to war with them.
They started it.
Good luck. She will give you at least... I'll make a roll for it. She knows at least one. She knows two. And she knows one is in the southern direction, near the soldiers. She also knows one is in the eastern direction, towards where the librarian would live.
Right. Good. This is a start.
Anything
Then I
else?
go and sit. Nope. Then I go and sit and wait for the others.
Okay. Alright.
And we'll probably arrive shortly after that.
And shortly after that, Liz will come in. Actually, Liz will come in before you.
So she walks in before the others.
Mm-hmm.
You said she's like a known, or a known member of the Resistance.
Yep.
She walks in as a little after I sit down, or as I'm sitting down. Ugh, Deborah, what are you doing here?
I'm helping Jill.
Aren't you part of the resistance, Cormac?
No, Korvac has a strained relationship with the Resistance because they view him as way too volatile and his methods way too extreme.
As he's going to prove very soon.
Very soon.
So while he does occasionally like help him out or like hide a couple of them or like use the acupuncture as like a makeshift clinic if a couple of them get injured or whatever, they generally don't let him. They don't inform him of a lot or let him quote unquote join.
She's not of that resistance. She's of her own resistance. But that's fine. You do know me. I'm here to actually help this lady. I'm giving her her spine back.
Oh, you mean giving her a first one? Okay,
Yes, that's my job.
not what I meant.
I see. You still have that. attitude.
Always.
Well, I guess when they get here, I'll tell you too. Because I'm sure Ignis will join us in a moment.
Right, just puts his feet up on something.
You hear a crash as a car goes through a window. I'll pay for this later.
And at this time, she's taking care of starting to set up the spine.
To be fair, if I'm crashing a car through a window, you're gonna hear the Dixie horn.
Which one is that?
Dukes Hazard.
Alright, so they finally get in.
Hey, oh, that's a Kugaracha. Never mind.
It takes, yeah, we hear a minor crash because you really don't know how to drive yet. And you finally make it to the 3rd floor. Please put your tokens onto the map.
Ben's already here.
Doors
I know how
here.
to drive.
There's receptionist.
I go to the receptionist. I say, I'm
Right.
here to
Hold on.
we're here to see Joe.
Hold on.
Say Joe. See Joe.
Right, but as soon as he starts walking towards the receptionist, I'm going to grab him and be like, "Hey, I'm the cop. Bugger off," and haul him back. And then I'm gonna walk up, whip out my technically ex-police ID, of course, because they don't know I'm technically not a cop anymore. Slam down a rather solid-looking mechanical hand on the desk, holding the card, and be like, "Jill exposition, what room?"
Okay, before we do this, I do need you to make a strength roll. And hopefully
You want a
do
strength
not
roll
put a
in case I
break
in
the
case
door.
I'm dead as dead.
Break the desk.
All right.
In case you break the desk.
You consider
I'm not going for a
success
full-on like
breaking
smash the desk. Just like,
Okay, so you imprint
Whack.
the desk.
You
I am
kind
trying
of
to
just
desk.
leave a
Sweet.
handprint.
And they say,
Desk bends.
and they look at you like, 306, that way? And point to where the direction that you'd be going.
You just happen to leave a handprint.
Yeah. Right, card back in the pocket. Thank you, citizen, and walks away in the direction of the room. And then once immediately out of view of that guy who's probably now literally bricking it, she's then just going to look at the group and just, like, how to describe the expression? Just like, that's how kind of thing. Because I guarantee you Shiv was going to take 10 minutes asking. Because Shiv's a mental patient.
Yeah, actually. So, 306. You head into the room. You see Cormac there, and you see a lady who looks like that is a Heritite. Very shiny. I'm going to show everybody else who is in chat that.
You may want to also center the stream view on that room.
Yeah. Hang on. It's obviously... This does not like to... Okay, there. Is that better? Yeah.
I mean, I also just personally find it funny that you managed to pick out the one image. You use a specific image. Is my internet working?
Well, is wrong
I mean,
with
we
this
can still hear you, so...
Mainly just the fact that you happen to pick an image of a character wearing shibari.
Yeah, because I couldn't find a better picture.
I just find that amusing.
Due to the fact that I made this character in SL a while back. So, anyway, she is helping her out, working on the spine. You guys are there. More of you? Oh, you're all here. Wow. And that is coming from Liz.
All right. Well, I'm going to casually walk up and just sort of, point a very clearly not like that. She's the one that's married to the cybernetics guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So she's probably going to immediately recognize that the tech that my character has on display is not. It's all prototype experimental stuff.
Yeah, we
Plus,
should get that
her
fixed for
her developing the tech itself, she would probably immediately recognize most of it as the experimental stuff that she worked on. But yeah, the character's basically just going to walk up, sort of point at her and be like, "You are
Liz Devereaux. And I'm gonna have to fix that for you. Pointing to your mouth.
Like, yeah, well, it's temporary until I get something better."
Until you come to my office. Anyway, I'm finishing with Jill. She almost has a spine.
Correct for the quarter. Almost.
It still has to click.
Again, not what I
And
meant.
that's gonna hurt.
Well, my
So
character, who totally gets what Cormac means, will glance across, and there will be that obvious look that if she was vocalizing it, would have the term "fuck off" included with it.
Raiden's just
like,
gonna sigh.
Alright.
He wasn't referencing you.
Oh. Now,
Oh no, she's already gotten the idea that you have a massive boner for corporate warfare.
Now, where is the other one? There's one left. And that's when Ignis finally walks in. As you hear the click from Jill's back. It's finally in. Jill does not scream.
I am actually going to make the point that sounds incredibly
Because she has been
It sounds
numbed
incredibly
the entire
simple.
area.
It sounds incredibly simple that she's just sitting on a bed getting a spinal replacement done.
Does it? A little.
It kind of does.
Setting.
Even in sci-fi settings, that would normally be something that would be depicted as being incredibly invasive.
But she's totally numb.
And like she was ever gonna talk Cormac out of getting out of the room.
But it just walks in while he seems to be on a data pad of sorts. He looks up. Oh, more guests.
Yes, again.
Question
Hello.
for the DM.
Hello.
Is the data pad currently online and broadcasting? Does it have network?
Oh,
That depends on if he has turned it off or on.
it is on. I am currently reading it.
Then, yes.
Then that means both me and I believe, have at least some remote access to
you
it.
both have access to the data pad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
turn on airplane mode. Joking, I'm joking.
It's just because I'm gonna be looking at the door as soon as he walks in, like I expected him, because I noticed a network thing coming up.
You probably knew I was within like a mile then, I think. I'm not sure the range on it.
Yeah, it's a mile.
I mean, random tablet is random tablet.
Fair.
Like I could literally remotely do shit with every computer in this place.
And now
Yes,
you're
yes,
all
you're-
here.
You're both techies, I get it.
Might as
Well,
well.
I'm not really a techie. I can just I
Right.
looked into this. I am considered connected to everything in a
You
set
are-
range.
You are a
But
techie
not to the
literal
amount.
sense, in the most literal sense.
Yeah, because I'm like
Same here, thank you,
85%
networking.
mechanical.
That's a lot of mechanical.
So all of you are in the same room.
We got there, guys. We have been reunited since the first time since
Finally.
the prologue.
All right, I leave.
It only. Oh my god.
It only took three sessions.
I teleport across and lock the door before he can teleport out.
All right, I just go out the window.
He jumped out the window.
3 stories.
That'll be
He
fun.
doesn't care.
I'm pretty sure he's jumped about 12 already.
All
We're on the
right.
third floor, so
I'm not doing it. I said I would be here, so I'm gonna be here.
But Ignis will see that there's currently a spine transplant going on.
Yeah.
He will go over here and lean against the wall while
It takes
Read
some
the tablet down to
time,
the
but
group.
I'm gonna sit. If we're gonna fast forward past that, because it will take
Uh,
time, and I'm not gonna talk about it directly. How it. I
You're
mean,
not going to go into
'cause-
the dirty details of replacing a spine.
yeah, I'm not gonna do it. Well, if you want me to,
Always
well,
content for the YouTube
well-
channel.
First, the predator comes in, uses his claws to take out the spine.
And then he
so-
goes away and cleans all the human goop off the skull.
Well, no, it doesn't actually take out the spine. All it does is attach the spine to the spine.
Right. Right, okay, because what you described before sounded like she would be getting a
She's
replacement.
not getting a full She's getting a spine on
Right.
top of the spine. So
Right.
it's different than what you thought. And when it clicks in, it's literally grabbing into those bones and those nerves to
Basically,
make
exospine.
one
Okay.
spine.
Essentially, it's more like a disc replacement from the sound of it.
Yeah.
Like you're
I'm kind
inserting
of
like a metal
picturing this
disc.
like
Yeah, it's connecting the both like the missing half.
All right, everybody's allowed to picture it as they want. Let's move on from the irrelevant part.
That's fair.
So,
I mean I just
Ignis,
find out
what have
about
you been
bloody
up to
casual.
since we left you?
Hmm?
Ignis, what have you been up to since we left you?
You like waggle the data pad, went past SOB and got this.
Oh, that's good. Have you gleaned anything from it so far?
A bit. Probably be better for Jill to explain it though, considering she's the actual scientist in the room. Although she seems he looks over the data pad. Pretty
little-
dispositioned at the moment.
Preoccupied, if you want.
Indisposed.
Again, you hear that from Liz. So I will answer your questions.
Oh no, I gotta put up with Devereaux again.
Yes, you do. For the rest of your life. Are you happy now?
For the rest of yours.
I don't
I'm just gonna idly, I'm just gonna idly comment. For an anarchist, you're really casual
About
about
Which has history?
everything.
Looking for
yeah.
the-
There's no point in living loud, or there's no point in living quiet. What's that gonna get me?
Quiet existence?
I don't know,
Not
living
getting the
more than a
shit
couple
beat out of
days.
me? That
made
too?
I've made it 28 years as I am. We're fine, or I'm fine.
Yeah, but how many times have you gone to actual warfare with a corporation? Keeping in mind, this is a corporation which, you know,
This is
corporations
eyebrow kind
have
of
these
perks
things
up.
called like hundreds of thousands of employees with major abilities in terms of saying, hey, this one guy, you know, he can survive getting a couple bullets. Let's just tactical nuke his face.
Ignis's eyebrow is
They're gonna
kind
nuke the city.
Yeah, I was gonna
They
say they would not nuke the city.
They might.
Did I say ICBM? I said tactical nuke. There's a difference between these two things.
They're not gonna blow up more of the city. That would put them in even more trouble.
They've already blown up one thing. What's to say they won't do it again?
That's fair. But why would
Okay.
they want to deliberately restart the corporate wars?
I'm not asking you to go with me, or even help me.
That is
Well, I
Also
mean,
very
generally
hard.
speaking, like it or not, we're kind of all in this.
because they tried to destroy literally all of us.
Then maybe you should consider taking a more offensive position.
Well, maybe some of us would like to make doubly sure that we're not just being aimed at a corporation randomly. I mean, yeah, the bomb had their corporate logo on it.
I don't care.
If I was gonna try and kill you with a bomb, do you think I would put my own name on it?
I don't know you, so maybe.
But that's the same thing, though, isn't it? Because if you don't know me, you don't know who your actual target is.
Also, Riley, happy to hear that you got the voice box sorted out. Last time I met you, you were in
Yeah, she'll flick off the mask, and you can see that like half her jaw's clearly not the same skin tone. Like, yeah, I got a replacement.
Fair enough.
It's just temporary.
One target is as good as another.
Xavier, what's this about going to war against a corporation? Taking the fight to FN?
Well, they already took the fight to me.
Yeah, my character's just gonna shake her head like,
Also,
They sent agents into my establishment to observe and report, and when I asked them to step outside to talk, they decided to fight. It did not go well for them.
we remember that event very differently.
Just because I beat them to the punch doesn't mean they didn't try to pull weapons.
fair enough.
And excuse me for not accepting the perceptions of somebody who was staring into their tea.
I wouldn't be too worried about FN, though. Look at what's coming to them soon enough.
That's exceedingly correct.
Even with or without your intervention. The other corporations are going to stand for open hostilities of this scale.
Sure.
In any case, I assume. Well, I'm not sure about Xavier, but I assume the others of you here.
You're gonna get cut off. It's Cormac. Xavier was a cover.
Fair enough. Aside from Cormac here, I assume the rest of you are interested in hearing about the experiments, yes?
A bit of that, as a bit of what role everybody's playing in this. Everybody else in the room. And we know Jill was a scientist.
You don't know who I am.
Aided my
Not
ass.
not as such, no, I don't.
You will in 2 seconds. Go ahead, Ignis.
And then, well, I'll read through the synopsis of the experiments, detailing what it was, the goals, and the after effects. Again, it's like, this is stuff like I have it on the tablet in front of me, but like I don't necessarily know it in out of
Alright,
character
so
yet.
the goal was to actually get some guinea pigs, and if it worked well, he was going to use it on his granddaughter.
Who's he?
The
That scientist.
the leader of SOB. So this was to see if it worked and what would happen. And the goal was to help his granddaughter. Because his
Yes.
granddaughter has problems with cyber tech.
Unfortunately, the heartbroken human has created not only us, but also 2 other beings like us. I'm not sure there's a unified name for them or something. Something like Godbound, maybe.
Well, you
Boom!
do act
Credits
like,
roll.
you do act
He said
like
the thing.
Title page, Godbound.
you will,
Roll credit.
in a way, and this is coming from Liz, you will, in a way, act like gods. Hopefully
Oh.
for the better than for the worse.
We'll
And
see.
Shiv just kind
I'm
of lights
totally
up.
glancing back at Cormac, like, that could
Cormac
be worse.
has his feet up. He's leaning back on the chair, arms behind his head, eyes
Got a
closed.
plump lit.
In terms of pressing
You're just entirely channeling Dante now. That's how I'm picturing it.
most relevant thing from the lab, however, that I discovered is two additional specimens are missing. So they woke up and walked away, or they were picked up by someone who came after us. So there
Is
are two
there
more of us running around that are unaccounted for.
Was that data pad at any point connected to all of the pods?
Uh, hell if I know.
Yes,
But
it
you might,
was.
my character's gonna walk over. Like you might have a look at that real quick.
Yeah, sure. Flips it around, hands it to her.
Alright, she'll take a hold of it and like try and like actively access it
Mm-hmm.
with the network. I don't know if you want any roll or anything for
Yeah,
stuff.
we should have a intelligence roll.
intelligence. That's almost like it's my highest skill.
Imagine that.
You succeed.
Oh man, imagine if you rolled a 1 though after saying that. That'd be hilarious.
That would have been amazing. It's my
Nice
highest
roll.
skill. Fails epically.
All right. So, what are you looking for specifically?
Well, I'd be looking for the network stuff would keep track of like devices that it's accessing and like some hardware specifications. You know, like if it's accessing the thing, like I imagine is this a tablet that would be actually used by like you know, like lead scientists would have all the files and everything on it, or is this just like monitoring?
The
Kind of
base.
thing.
It has a little bit of both. It has her files, and it has the monitoring
So-
of what happened.
So this is effectively a work laptop.
Yeah, it is.
So
Right.
it would have like the times that those two pods were emptied on it.
Yes, it would, and it would be.
Yeah, if it has info, I'm
it would
looking
be
for
about
everything.
an hour or so after you guys had left.
Well, that's all. That's all Shiv needs to know.
But oh yeah, he is actually aware of that ability to like replay events as if he was there.
Yeah, I just have to go there, which I can literally just email myself there, basically. Because there are other things connected to the network there.
True.
So you're gonna replay it.
Yeah, Shiv is basically just gonna vanish through the tablet, come out at the buildings at some point, go over to the pods, and just focus on the time where they were where they would have been released per
Okay.
the information.
Are you
And-
using a gift?
Yes, he's using his personal transmission to get there, and I got to scroll down to it.
So your
I could
effort
really-
for the day is gonna be out, pretty much.
No, they are gifts for the scene.
Okay. Go ahead.
Personal that is not what I wanted to do, but that actually makes it easier to scroll. And then
That allows for you to
Echoes of the
vanish
Past?
from one place to the other. The other allows for echoes of. There is somebody who came in in black clothes. So no house colors, nothing like that.
it looks similar to the individuals that he would have seen when he replayed Cormac beating the shit out of the FN guys.
No.
Interesting.
And they are removed and then reanimated.
Interesting.
How do you mean removed and then reanimated? What?
I believe we were.
Are
originally
you meaning
only
the
survivors.
bodies, the bodies that were taken away?
And they were reanimated.
Right. So
away.
they're effectively dead in the tubes, and people come in, take them out, revive them, and bugger off with them.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
So
So, because I thought you were talking about the people came in and were revived. Wait, what? They sent zombies in to collect bodies? Huh?
no, the two bodies were reanimated, basically revived and reanimated.
Well, that's not very
pondering over
different
this,
from what happened
Shiv
to
does
Riley,
eventually
right?
return and recount this to the party.
That's not very different from what happened to Riley, right?
Pretty much. Only this was
Well,
not
I
mechanical. This was different.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shiv eventually returns
more
after
like a
pondering over
traditional
this for
upside.
some time and explains literally all of this to all of them.
Okay.
Like, as I recall, those two figures were not originally survivors. It seems they have been made so, which is interesting.
Fair enough. I'm much less concerned about them then.
Potentially two people who have powers like we do, plus one person who seems to be able to bring back the dead.
Are you
That's actually
sure
kind of
they
interesting.
had powers?
The two that
yeah,
were released, I
actually,
am
real
unsure.
quick. Yeah, real quick. On Shiv seeing this, like by proxy, resurrection. Is it technology? Like they came in and jacked him with some serum that revived him, or is it
No.
I point, you
like
live.
magic? Yeah, so that's what you saw. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
right. Okay.
So it was closer to somebody with our abilities.
Has another word that can
Yeah,
reanimate the dead.
To relaminate the dead.
Reanimate the dead.
The crystal's delaminating. Panic. If anybody gets that joke.
All right,
I'll
well,
explain
I
later.
will. I will likewise. The files that I've looked through, I will dump into my internal memory and hand Ignis back the data pad.
And now there is another copy,
Yes.
Liz says
Yay.
out loud.
Oh
So
no!
Yeah.
Tragic for you.
To which I glance back and be like, later perusal.
Yes, well, I could have made it easier for you and you wouldn't have even had to do that.
And it slows up a thumb drive. Don't worry, you can
I
count one
don't.
more
I
in the
don't
next.
necessarily. I don't
Download it
necessarily.
over here.
Oh,
Correct,
great.
just kind
See,
of
now,
slippers
now,
in the
now I'm
corner.
picturing. Yeah, now I'm picturing. Oh, you want to see the files? Quick, I'll put them on my thumb drive. Takes Tom off and plugs it into a USB drive.
Yeah.
It is interesting because, to my knowledge, that means that there is at least one other person that had some similar experience. Because it wasn't they showed up, took the two guys out, pumped them full of God knows what, and said, okay, can you guys get up? It's they went in, took the guys out. These guys are clinically dead. Basically said, okay, you live now.
I think this
Which
is
means there's somebody else with powers like ours.
I think this is a better result. I'd rather have one unaccounted person like us rather than two. So this is a
They just
Twice a year.
reanimated those two people that were unaccounted for.
yeah. that's
Yeah,
fine.
I mean that is
we-
dependent. They might have something else like us.
Look around the room. We're all rather spectacular in our own ways.
Or
This
about
is
just
true.
yawns.
Well, not just what?
And then there's this
Yawn.
guy who seems to be bored and apathetic to everything.
Process a superpower. Don't judge.
Would you call apathy a superpower?
Yeah, weaponized apathy.
It can be.
Can
hey,
be.
Hey, Shiv, make us a spirit save.
It's part of fashion.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. Make a
Lack of
spirit save.
fashion.
Where is spirit? Oh, down here. Why did that not automatically roll?
Because it's looking for a bonus. You got to hit the bonus query.
Oh.
Oh, you succeeded. But you did get hit with a wave of apathy, but you just throw it off.
I rolled a 20.
Yeah, I think that's actually how it counts. Like you would still feel it, but it wouldn't actually like take effect.
Okay, so yes, I stand corrected. Apathy is indeed a superpower. Congrats.
Wow, I mean emotional manipulation.
Potato.
I am going to kill you.
All right. All right.
No, she doesn't. She just gives you a look that says, "I'm going to
I mean,
murder
I
you."
won't
in your
stop you.
sleep.
I won't stop you.
You get the look of you are sitting in the corner for that pun.
It might be better if we take this elsewhere.
Seems like a good plan, but is Jill in any states to leave the hospital?
She will be soon.
Yeah.
She'll be going to where I am.
Oh, that's.
Oh wow, that's
good luck.
super. That's super specific.
Did you really expect her to tell you?
Would I recognize her as the being involved in the Dark Angel thing?
Yes.
All right, then to that question from Cormac, I'd be like, I've got a pretty good idea.
Then why are you asking for specifics if you already know?
What's the term? I forget the term. It's like it's one of those because I want to hear them say it kind of things. I can't remember the exact
Interrogation?
term he used. No.
Close, but no.
Yeah, close, but no. I can't remember the exact term, but yeah, it's I want to hear her say it.
Oh, it's the the information already. You just
incrimination.
want
Incrimination.
Yeah, incrimination, but not to incriminate. You know what I mean.
You
We
already have
probably
the
all
information, you just
exactly
wanted to
know.
hear them say it.
Yeah, confirmation.
You want a confirmation of who I am.
Don't play into his
No,
don't play
no,
into her
I mean,
game. If
this-
you don't want to say it, don't
I
say
don't
it.
want to say it.
Then don't.
Not until I figure out what play you're at.
I don't watch plays. I prefer
Well,
opera.
I mean, well, I do like an opera. It's a very nice one.
Oh, great. Now I can't go anymore.
It's lovely.
Ew, some corporate person that I don't likes opera. I can't
not
enjoy it
corporate.
anymore.
I have never been corporate.
No, it's just, you guys could easily get the feeling that Cormac and Devereaux have a very strained relationship.
And now it's even more
Yeah, that's-
strained.
No, this is probably about where it's been.
Well, now you have superpowers, so it is more strained.
No, it's gonna come even more strange in about 5 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh my.
yeah.
That's a very short amount of time.
Hold on, I'm married.
So she.
I'm very married.
Your suggestive tones.
That is me.
It's a shame. It's a shame I'm not playing basically a paladin because that could be all.
Because-
I'm married to justice.
In any case, are we ready to reload? Are you finished with the implant?
Yes, I am.
Then let's be off.
Absolutely. Let's go to.
Oh right, I forgot she was
Where
gonna say
to?
more. I'm like, wait, did we have a goal? And I'm like, right, she was gonna say more, just not this room. All right.
But before he heads out, though, Ignis will walk over to to Jill's bed, and he'll pull out a credit stick, and he'll place it at the foot of her bed.
Oh, how nice. Well,
Payment for services rendered.
she'll be sleeping for a while.
She'll help me
Anyway,
out. May as well reward her for it.
yes.
As while they're convening, Korac's just gonna go and peek out the window.
Her doctor will be in here in a few minutes, and I really didn't want to have this conversation in front of her doctor.
That's a fair point. I'll actually put it in I don't know if Jill has a nightstand or something, but I'll put it in a drawer and we'll just put it in now open because that's how this gets pawned by a nurse or a doctor.
Right, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, there is a spot.
As
Put it in a
Ignis
get well soon card.
as Ignis just casually drops a full year salary in her lap.
Oh my god. Wow. Congrats. Thanks. For
Very
that.
generous, Dragon.
Yeah. But then, well, you don't
that.
know.
I know. Hey, wait a minute! You're doing something that's against the nature of a dragon.
But quick thing before we
She
move
was
on.
cooperative in nature and at least pointed me in the right direction.
There's nothing going on outside, right? I'm just gonna look outside.
Well, besides the finishing of the lovely traffic jam that was created.
Yeah, I mean, there's like no dudes in like tack gear running up on the hospital.
Nope. No. So
Where are we going for this conversation?
we can either go to the Waffle House or we can go
No.
to the inn.
The second one.
Fine.
The
We'll
place
go
next to
inn.
the Waffle House, correct?
I'm not going to one of my major competitors.
Major competitors.
Not even to sit there and bitch about the service.
Mhm.
No.
Not even to plug your own business.
Right, we'll go to the inn. Come on.
We're talking about the place
Advertise.
that's next to the Waffle House, correct?
Oh!
In the process of walking out, I'll just casually make the quip, advertise. That's a bit corporate.
I'm not advertising anything.
Anyway,
You wouldn't plug your own business
you guys
at a
are heading
competitor?
to
No.
the inn.
Why would I?
Huh? Fair
And it's
enough.
down the spoke, down the ways from this area. It's on the same
just-
spoke, though. Yeah?
Right
Send
next
me
door
an
to the
address,
Waffle
then.
House, if I recall correctly.
Just send me an address and I can drive myself.
Gives you the address.
Alright, I'll meet you there.
Yep. You know what? Fuck it. Cormac opens the window and jumps out.
Whee! You just threw a wee!
Gets on the bike. Does the exact same thing. Peels out. Heads to the inn.
Alright.
He is an absolute mad lad. And I was in an asylum.
You'd think he'd be worried about drawing such publicity to himself. He makes himself a
Huh?
threat. I mean, he declared war on the corporation, and then he just
In
Left
fairness,
his
they
home?
did invade his home.
saying it's like, well, he may view himself as invisible. Have to be worried about protecting his lemonade stand and those within it.
Well, did you just call a tea house a lemonade stand?
He's being derisive.
It's a tea house and
This is not
acupuncture
the
clinic,
one
and it's
I
a pretty
wanted to
nice looking
do.
place
Alright,
for
hold
what
on.
it was.
It's okay. Perhaps it's
Anyway,
a bit petty of me, but if he wants to be derisive, then I see no reason not to be derisive back towards him.
Yeah, that's fair, but he seems to be like that to everybody.
there we go. The entrance.
Then I guess you shouldn't be surprised that people don't like him.
In fairness, the FN people had next to no reason to be at his place. Like, the only reason they have to go after any of us is the fact that we, climbed out of burning wreckage. Like, if I were setting a bomb, and I wanted to make sure that nobody came out of it, I would be curious as to why the... How many of us are there again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
75.
Agnes knows there's at least 6.
Plus the 2 that were dragged out by some shadowy individual.
Alright, you guys can now move yourselves to this room.
Which side's the entrance?
The entrance is on the left. Right there.
Here, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so we're going to the bar.
Mm-hmm. And where you will find... Oh. Anybody want a drink before we get started? And that is where you will see Devereaux. Let me get her picture up again. There we go. Where she will be behind the bar.
So do you...
Right, well, in point of fact, I know nothing about drinks, but we're just going to pretend that I order something decent that's not. Oh, this person doesn't know anything about drinks.
Right.
I like that the bar has a throne.
Is that what that is?
It is an outward-facing, singular, big-ass chair. What else would you call it?
Yeah.
Oh, I never even noticed that. Go ahead, show people the throne.
I'm trying to find
Cormac's
it.
just gonna order a bottle of scotch. Yeah, I did say bottle.
Hands you the bottle. Where did you? Oh yes, right up there.
You intend on getting blasted during this conversation?
Right there.
No.
Yeah, right
I'm
there.
drinking
Okay,
as much as I want, and I'm
so
gonna take the bottle with
if you
me.
do not notice where we're talking about, it's to the far right.
Yeah, up at the northeast.
I suppose that's where an unsavory individual is supposed to sit.
You say Shiv
say
says
that
that.
as
I
she
just stare
talks
at
to you.
Devereaux as I drink out of the bottle.
Not that kind of unsavory individual.
It's her bar. Who else would sit
It's
there?
my bar.
Okay, yeah, fair point. My apologies.
Where did they find them?
I point to the number on his shirt.
Oh. Right.
Yeah, I'm surprised none of you have asked why I re-dyed the clothes but kept the number.
Okay,
I
I don't know
don't care.
why this is not allowing
Yeah, I don't
me
think
to
anyone cares.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
All right, we're just gonna go back here. There was a bar. It's for some reason it's not letting me in. All
Are we
right.
not at the bar? It's not the bar?
Well, for some reason, all of a sudden, Roll20 is acting up. So
I mean,
Oh,
it worked perfectly yesterday. That's why.
My question. There's clearly like a stage and sound. This is more like a nightclub than a bar.
it is.
Is it currently closed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a nightclub, not a day club.
I mean, it is daytime.
Nightclub is a misnomer. Most of them are open from like noon until like 3
I know,
till 4 in the
I know.
morning.
It
I
is
know, I
currently
know.
closed. Yes,
Because I was asking if she like closed it so we could have this conversation.
I did.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's now a very large group of pissed off club goers standing around in the street without music, wondering what happened to their lives.
It's okay. Fuck them. They're humans.
They're human.
That sounds like our collateral damage.
They'll come back.
Well, that's a good thing because I'm led to believe that Raiden can't drive, and apparently he had a large target outside.
To be fair, I can't
So
drive.
his car got a new paint job.
So we have a scotch. Who else? What else do we have? Gin and tonic, I'm sure.
Oh my god! Right? Is anyone ordering a G&T?
I'll take a
I'll
Black
ask.
Russian.
Oh, okay, good. I'm taking that as a universal no. Therefore, no one gets shoved.
Well,
I mean,
what
what-
about Shiv? Shiv
I
gets
was saying,
shivs.
why are
Black
you throwing him at
Russian's
people?
fine. Well, something similar to that. It's not exactly a Black Russian, but yeah.
I've had a gin and tonic recently, and I do not like gin. Well, I like gin, but I do not like tonic water.
Just
Right,
tonic.
that's fair enough. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, tonic water is absolutely atrocious.
Give
Like
you
I swear,
gin.
gin and tonics were invented as a convenient way of disposing of tonic water.
Anybody else want a scotch? Whatever.
Take a scotch.
All right, here. It gives
Thank you.
each one of you your drinks of whatever of your choice.
I
Now,
want a tequila sunrise.
now we have this place to ourselves, and it's a tequila sunrise. Sure, she pours it, and it is immaculate.
Cormac
You
will.
can tell this is her passion.
Element.
Her
You
element.
order tequila sunrise, and Cormac will just tip the bottle to you. Get that tequila sunrise during the day. It's perfect time to get it.
Exactly.
Boo. Clever, but boo.
Nobody asked you, Shiv.
And then
Nobody ever does.
she
She's just gonna be like, I'm rapid response. I don't know anything about drinking. I'm usually shooting people.
Or drinking.
she takes a gem in her hand, crushes it onto the table.
Wait,
So,
she takes a what in her hand?
a gem onto her hand.
Oh, a gem. Sorry, I thought you said a gin. I was
Gem.
going to say what? She just
A
crushes a bottle of gin.
Gem. Crushes it onto the
Right.
table and then starts to eat it. Waiting for
Fair
you guys
enough.
to stop.
I pull out a straw.
airtight.
I pull out a straw. I want this instead.
Well, that'll work. That's fine. Thank you.
You you roll up an 100 credit bill.
No, straw. Cormac's worked with Heretites before. He's friends with one.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. And you would know that this table you guys are at, this bar that you're at, is very strong. It can take a lot of beating.
There are scuff marks on it that prove it.
Yeah.
It's just a random streak of dried blood somewhere on.
No, it's because Heretites eat rocks.
I know that I'm joking about the
They
fact
eat
that
rocks
fights
and
occasionally
poop gold.
happen.
They don't poop gold unless it is gold that they eat.
All right, so they eat a rock that has a lot of gold in it, and then they poop gold. There you go. See, I knew I would get you with the poop gold eventually.
Alright, moving on.
I mean, he's not exactly wrong.
He's not wrong.
I'm technically right, and that's the best way to be right.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna drink some of my tequila sunrise in the middle of the afternoon.
I will drink my water.
Yeah, because fuck the law, I'm a rebel. And just be like, okay, so we're here. So what exactly is so important that no one else overhears that, you know, we literally clear out a nightclub to discuss?
You all have powers, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
You've realized you've had powers in the last few hours that you've been alive. Or
Brayden's
relived.
just looking at like one of the blenders in the background. I'm like, yeah, we all have powers, and I can tell you exactly what's wrong with a blender by just looking at it.
That's similar to my
Okay.
husband.
Cormac just takes a pull from the bottle, points at the TV behind her.
It's still playing.
Right, you can look
It's still
around.
playing all the hell that we've caused on loop.
Yeah. I was hoping
What
that
hell
would
did
never
we've caused?
happen, but it did.
Ryden's gonna look back at the TV, and then just walk over to it, and then just like proceed to like hit it at just this one spot that makes it immediately better.
Suddenly the picture is a lot crisper.
You actually have percussive maintenance as a power.
No,
Oh,
it's
wow.
just knowing where to hit it.
Yes, to answer your question.
In a
Technically,
way,
yes.
yes.
That's awesome. That's actually quite funny.
I find myself knowing functionally everything. I'm able to email myself, and I'm able to see things that have happened, and I know exactly what time of day it is.
And you probably know who I am.
Yes.
Who am I?
My question: you are Liz Devereaux. Your husband, as far as I'm aware, is a rip. You used to be in tech.
Oh yeah. After hearing the Ripper Doc, oh yeah, he was looking for you earlier.
You were you went to his facility. Can't say I'm
I
surprised.
just got my car changed.
No, that's fair enough.
I'm surprised he let you in. Anyway, yes, that is who I am. They also call me something else.
Pain in my ass.
Painting your ass is one of the things. Yes, of course.
Everybody is a pain in your ass, Cormac.
Ignis puts his phone away as it seems like the conversation is getting a bit more serious.
Well, no, it's like he says it like he kind of has a small smile on his face. Like, yeah, they have a strained relationship, but you're getting the feeling he respects what she does. He just...
Well, I assume you're referring to your position in the Resistance, correct?
I'm the angel of the darkness.
Pretentious. I like it.
It's basically like you
I
don't
didn't
like
make
her,
it
but
as
you
I
respect her.
didn't make it as my name. Somebody else gave it to me. So as
no.
yes,
Based on our last interaction, I can see why.
yes. And in a way, I'm your mother.
Oh, that's creepy.
And
some reason, I
Ignis
doubt
knows
that.
this why. So, welcome to the family.
So you
Does it come with a laminated membership card?
Sure, I will give you a laminated membership card. You're welcome in my bar at any time, provided you do not decide to destroy it.
I don't start fights. People start fights with me.
True. So, as your mother, you have questions. I have answers.
Correction, they have questions.
You probably already have the answers.
No, I just...
You don't care.
You're not going to answer my questions.
Got it.
the word you were looking for was affirmation, I believe. Enough.
Probably.
Dude, that was so 5 minutes ago.
It was.
SOB.
Yeah, it was so 5 minutes ago. I did not care.
All right. So SOB stole this information from us. It was made 2074 when Willis Devereaux's first wife created it. Unfortunately, she died for it. And we can talk about that in another time. But I will say that it was supposed to be used for stopping cancer. It did more than stop cancer. It rewrites the entire system. And you end up with 4 DNA strands instead of 2. Hence, you have powers that others would be considering magic or advanced technology, if you will. But it's not always stable when it's used, and which is the reason why we had not wanted to see this happen. Because it could cause what is called a thing. And if any of you know what a thing is, you would know that's a problem.
They are they are a clear and present danger.
Yes. Which is why we didn't want to make more of you. And unfortunately, SOB found a way to get into our vault. I don't know how. And destroyed it. And basically took our work. I'm kind of happy that you guys are here. And kind of sad
No.
you are here. What did you say, Cormac?
Are you, though?
Well, I did say I am also sad you are here.
Well,
She's sad that there are more like her. She's happy that we're not currently rampaging around the city destroying the place.
Exactly.
Or it's like, never mind.
I will always deal with your banter, my friend. But as you know this, you also know, according to records, evidently FN might have had something to do with the industry's destruction. Not sure on that. I'm guessing. Probably.
Or what?
FN had something to do with trying to destroy you.
Oh, right, okay.
One of their bombs, as I recall, we saw in the facility.
Yes, I confirmed that myself when we woke up.
Which is interesting.
So either they're desperately trying to stop this ideal tech from coming out, which, considering what's happened to us, could be either a good or a bad thing.
Depends on how we act.
If you know who FN is, you would know that is a bad thing.
I'm not
How
too
much
worried
in universe would we actually know about that company?
You only know of the company, you never have seen the man.
about it. Well, I probably would have.
No.
Well, I mean in terms of like, you know, obviously
always
we don't
seen
know
a
about the internal corporate
representative.
structure.
You've always seen the representative for FN Industries,
Ah,
but never the man himself.
interesting. So he sounds like a representative to go to the council, not
Yeah.
himself. Got
Yeah. You have never seen him.
So he's just kind of like in the background, like Dr. Claw in the old Inspector Gadget TV
it.
show.
Well, it's like even if we haven't like seen person, it's like I would imagine we know what the company does, at least on the public facing side.
They work with the soldiers in trying to enhance them so that they are better soldiers.
Sure,
Okay.
Right, so
they are a soldier cybernetics company.
So I design weapons and weapon armor and vehicles designed for like for military personnel. He like creates the cybernetics more or less.
They are
It's
kind
called-
of your
so FN is
competitor
a-
as well. They do
Wonderful.
yeah,
dabber.
FN is a cybernetics tech company with heavy leaning towards military contracts.
Wonderful. All the better when I apprehend their business.
Yeah.
Or when I completely dismantle it and destroy it.
I see.
right,
I
back
see
to
a
character.
domain
you do that-
situation here happening.
You dismantle it, and then he can scoop up whatever's left in the liquidation sale.
There won't be anything left.
We'll see about that. Well, back in character, because I don't want to keep ranting out of character, because blah blah blah.
Anyway, so
But so about FM.
never seen the man. Just seen his people.
He seems like one of those people that would send goons to do the dirty work.
No, of course.
But... And
I
then
think it'll-
Shiv gets thoughtful again as he sips his scotch.
I think it'll find himself hard pressed to try and take us out in a frontal assault, though. Even just one of us would pose a great threat to any force he sends our way.
I wouldn't be so sure, and he recounts the man who took the two other individuals, describing him as he saw him. Does this fit the description of anybody you've ever seen? If the answer is no, I wonder if that's the head of FN.
That seems like a...
It's a
The head of
stretch,
FN.
yes, but it's entirely possible.
I have
It's somebody
not
who
seen
appears to
that
have powers
person,
like
no.
ours.
I
It's
would not be...
somebody who-
I would not be too soon about jumping to conclusions, because even if the head of FN is the person who reanimated the bodies, he probably still wouldn't attack us directly.
That's fair.
If gets hard to animate the dead, he'll just send undead minions at us ad nauseum, but it won't get him anywhere. I'm not going to be bested by some walking corpse.
That's fair enough.
The fact that there's even walking corpses bothering me.
I think that isn't even the strangest thing that's happened recently to me. I don't feel too bothered by it. It's concerning, to be sure.
So, what has happened to you, and why do you have a number on your shirt that matches either you've come from the jailhouse or...
Asylum.
Right.
I voluntarily went to an asylum because... Okay, for reference,
I'll
I
back
have like...
air quotes when he says voluntary.
Yes, actually, my parents threatened to cut me off if I didn't go, because they were tired of finding me in the server room convulsing on the floor.
Nice parents.
Okay, I'm just
Air
going to
quotes
point out
voluntary
that,
again.
yeah, that's literally what the air quotes is for.
Anyway,
You
Well-
volunteered when you were made to.
You were voluntold.
So you were
Basically.
volunteered to do this?
I personally volunteered to, or rather, I elected to go per recommendation, I guess would be the better thing to say.
Now my character is going to make a point of saying elected with big air quotes.
I keep the number for sentimental reasons. I have been discharged.
Why did you choose the program?
I didn't. They hoped I would die on the table.
Okay, so you were not elected. Or you did not elect to go.
I elected to go to the asylum. I was chosen by them as their guinea pig, or as a guinea pig.
In a true pattern, he was voluntold to do so.
Basically,
Right. Do you have a home?
the reason not really anymore, because I probably am not welcome back at the family library.
Fine, there's an apartment upstairs. You can take one.
Thank you.
Just starts laughing.
Do not mess up my apartments.
It's your problem now. Takes another drink.
There's a reason why I did that. I'm going to watch him carefully.
And then there's me. I actually have a place I can stay.
Okay.
You get a montage of Shiv being just a very boring human individual.
I'm actually picturing that like 6 months later she could walk into the place like, right, Shiv, I've got to think about why is your stuff still in boxes?
You still gotta call me out like that, man. The first time I moved to dorms, I had a box and I never unpacked it for 3 years that I stayed at the dorms. It
I
was
remember
wonderful.
that.
like, real quick, have you ever seen Hot Fuzz? You ever seen the film Hot Fuzz? There's a bit where they go into one of the guy's houses, and the guy looks around the boxes just like, oh, so when did you move in? And the guy sits down with his beer and like, about
7
4
years
years
ago?
back. Yeah, it's like that. Like, literally, the living room is still full of boxes.
Not to mention when I started being told we were going to be moving into the apartment we are in now. I had done that for 6 months too, so
You were living out boxes for 6 months because
Yeah.
we're going to be moving soon, and that's soon with a capital S and a trademark at the back of it.
right.
How
So
many years later?
we moved, just not where I wanted to move, but we moved. Speaking
Fair.
of, yeah.
But it's like you get the montage. It's like 6 months later, Shiv has basically done nothing that's particularly interesting. He occasionally goes out. He comes back. For some reason, he has credits.
All she wants to do is make sure you're not making a mess of the world. That's all. So she will keep an eye on you.
Fair.
She doesn't care.
By the
what
way,
you do.
when we
She
came up
just-
to the building, when we came up to the building, is it like an apartment block on top of a nightclub kind of idea?
Yep. Exactly that.
All right, cool.
Now, it is in the lower sector, so surprisingly, it does look clean for the lower sector. But, yeah. Yeah, it is surprisingly that way.
Oh, we're in the outer sector right now? Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, because the Devereaux do not want to live near the middle
That makes sense.
for reasons.
Cormac will look at LD and be like, you got another apartment?
I do.
Cormac takes another drink out of the bottle, looks over at Riley.
You want to live here too?
I mean, I am technically homeless.
Then I guess
How
you
can you
have a
be-
new place.
How can you be technically homeless?
Well, because I'm technically dead and my apartment's been technically repossessed by the technical landowner.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Right, I forgot
It's a
about that.
very technical process.
But figuratively, his home is the entire city.
You technically look very alive to me.
Yeah.
This conversation is technically pissing me off.
I lift up the cybernetic arm and pull back the leather jacket. You can see the biological shoulder is heavily scarred and still holds like burn marks.
My point
Curiosity.
being,
I'm
my point
technically alive.
My
Curiosity, knowing you were a cop, are you going to try and reinstate your position?
Oh hell no!
my point being though is that you could walk up to your landlord and say, "I am alive," and regain your and reestablish your lease agreement. Could you not?
Do you want to?
That's also
Yeah,
fair.
that's the more important question. Do I want to? Because it's kind of a bad area. Or not, it's not so much a bad area. It's
Well, this is a bad area
the
too.
apartment.
It's
The
just
apartment's crap.
people
Oh,
don't
sorry.
people don't mess with me.
I laugh because you say it's a bad area. I'm like, yeah, you live next to Cormac.
People don't mess.
Suddenly, Ignis goes flying across the room.
Well, I don't know that in character. It's just that's why I started laughing out of character.
I mean, he says that as the area around Cormac's place is in fact the best part of that area.
Yeah, and the best part of this area is right here.
Well, I mean the whole thing. Where is it that Ignis lives? Is he in the middle or the upper section?
Upper section. Or
I
no.
live in
Right,
no,
he's in the upper section.
He's actually in the yeah, he's in the upper circle.
Yes, I live.
Right, yeah. If he's in the upper circle, like everything is considered the bad area. In comparison.
Woo!
True.
Like, oh my
Whereas
god, how do
somebody-
people live in this absolute
If you
shithole?
want to
You've
go
literally
and check
taken 2
out
steps out of the gate.
Brighton lives in
Well,
the middle circle.
Well, yeah, they live with the sewer substrate, just like the rest of the Drexel Society.
Let me actually phrase it. Ryden both lives and works in the middle circle.
Well, I mean, I defined it that my character was essentially born, lived, worked, and died in the fifth spoke.
Ignis is for the time being to himself about his past and identity for the most part.
So,
now that living arrangements are all settled,
yeah, you have an apartment here too.
I appreciate the kind offer, but my living arrangements are already accounted for.
That's fine. I mean, well, those two have apartment. I'm sure the rest of you have your own place, and you'll meet up somewhere, either at Cormac's or here or wherever.
I'm sure if me and Kaya moved in, you would be kicking us out shortly due to noise complaints.
That's special, huh?
For us.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, you're here. So,
You can get you a muzzle for Christmas if you'd like.
anything else?
Oh, that'd be
you
the third
need-
one.
Oh my goodness. Anything else that you need to
Jeez.
know?
Look, what you guys get up to in your free time is your own problem.
It doesn't sound like a problem.
That's fair.
Hey, I've been living down the road from him for a while. problem is not how I would describe it.
In any case.
In terms of, I assume the relationship is fairly healthy. You know, it's not like the cops go down out every other week to arrest whoever's the least bruised.
Oh, they care for each other, for sure. So, nah, there's nothing unhealthy about it. Anyway, anything else you guys need to know, want to know, whatever, before we let the people back in who want to come in here? I mean, after all, it is my...
Yeah, where's your garage? Do you have one?
I do.
She's been like parking for the apartments upstairs.
Yeah, they're in the back. Closer to my husband's business to make sure that it's kept safe.
Yeah, that actually reminds me, and she's gonna, motion to the replacement faceplate. Was that in regards to your husband's work?
Yes.
Yeah, because I would very much like to talk to him at some point about this.
Absolutely.
Especially since you're saying he effectively, you and him effectively invented this tech.
We did. We've been around a
people-
while.
How many other people are running around that are like us that you know of?
At least 4 more.
Are they on good
Goody.
Are they on good terms with you?
No.
Oh,
So-
goody.
One
You
is definitely, but I'm sure that Cormac does not want to deal with him. For sure.
Wait, who was that?
Mitchell Graves. He's underground.
Oh, the loan shark?
Uh-huh.
No.
See, I
I
told
know
you.
that man. We know there's a random man in black.
Yet he's the one who pointed me to where you guys came, what was going on with you guys, and who stole my stuff.
Yeah, I don't appreciate his predatory lending practices.
I'm sure you don't.
Oh, either way,
Can you send me
Ryden's gonna actually stretch out.
Can you send me names
Little
and
bit.
descriptions for all the others that are deemed as threats?
The Empress herself is a threat.
That's gonna be a fun one.
Ryden's gonna look Riley. Come on, let's go to your bike. Well, I'm
The
thinking of it.
The Empress or the T'Pol? It's a pretty big
The
distinction.
T'Pol.
Okay, the Empress won't be around these parts. I mean, I'm not worried about the T'Pol. Sits in her.
Empress
Pal
is, but
holiday.
she will not spend any time dealing with this situation.
Not worth her time.
So we have
No,
the T'Pol,
it's more
we have-
along the lines of you gotta find where she is first.
So she doesn't find you, you find her.
Yes.
All right, so the T'Pol, Mitchell Graves. Anyone else?
My husband and myself.
I would assume you two are on good terms with one another, but if you're not,
Oh,
might
we
go
are
on.
definitely on good terms. I do
I would hope they are on
believe
good terms.
possibly the man himself of FN is. And if he's made any others, I wouldn't doubt it. And of course you've heard of the things.
Yeah.
We had to run in with things in the past.
Yes, unfortunate.
Can you give me a rundown of their abilities and capabilities?
Well, they tend to be more of the similar to what FN would want.
In what way?
Perfect soldiers?
Perfect soldiers.
Oh, goody.
Okay, so if we were set up on by things, it'll probably just be a frontal assault sort of deal.
Oh yes, they are not very smart.
Wonderful. That I can deal with relative ease, I suppose.
Immediately gets attacked by one and killed.
They coup de grace?
Anybody can Kunai Ryu. You just have to be at 0 hit points.
Fair enough.
I thought Godbound could only be killed by like a magical weapon or magical effect.
No, just any. Somebody just has to commit an action to doing more damage to you.
Fair enough.
I hope you don't see anything anytime soon. And I hope there are not more that we have to deal with that may have gone a different direction. I mean, I know of you 5, but then we have the reanimation that you... That one is concerning. I didn't know that one existed.
Fine, we'll find the Techromancer and bring him down.
You mean necromancer?
No, I said what I said.
Okay.
But Korvac, you said you're taking down FN, yes?
I'm gonna start to. I realize it's not gonna be done in a day.
Any plans you have in mind?
A couple. Jill gave me a couple of addresses. Figured I would start with their satellite positions.
I wonder, do you still have that tablet by any chance? Like, you didn't leave it with Jill, did you?
I mean, you have a copy of the...
I thought you have a copy.
No. Riley made a copy. You guys all have copies.
Yeah, I was gonna
gonna
say there. Yeah, I like tap on the table until he looks at me, and then I point in my head. I have files.
Because I'm wondering, because some companies would keep encrypted data on information of competitors.
That's what I was asking her. And I highly doubt that tablet's going to be able to connect to their company servers anymore.
Oh, yeah. Doubt it.
That's fair enough.
If you just want addresses to their publicly owned locations, like that's easy enough to find just on the internet.
I asked one of their competitors because they would give me the ones that they were concerned about.
You asked one of their competitors.
I asked Jill before you guys got there.
I mean, Jill isn't a competitor. Jill's an employee.
Of a
Jill's an employee of
a competing corporation.
Yeah, but she's also just a lab tech, isn't she? She's not like...
And yet she gave me 2 addresses.
She has 2 addresses. And
Yeah,
that's
which
it.
I'm just going to point out in character, she's not exactly going to be head of, the corporate...
I just needed a starting point.
That's all she had.
Yeah.
And luckily she had those 2, probably because she's had to deal with them before.
Alright, well,
It's a weird corporate structure they've got.
FN is no ally to me, so whenever you do make your move against them, feel free to let me know beforehand.
It'll probably be in the next couple of days. But no, I didn't ask for your guys' assistance. I'm not taking your guys' oh god, word. Criticisms because I wasn't asking for your help.
We are near the end, guys. Time has gone by flying.
You are not asking, but I am offering.
No, this is more to Riley, who keeps every time Korvac says something, she's just like, "Oh, but you didn't think of this, or this, or this, or this, or this." I didn't ask for your help, so don't offer criticism where it wasn't asked for.
You don't recall doing so.
No, not this is specifically to Riley.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Sorry.
She's just got to lean back, wear a glass. Well, excuse me for thinking you actually seem to make a very, very bad anarchist.
Ouch.
Was the guy who was upholding law and order in this fucked up society.
Oh yeah, because the janitor that works 17 hours every day to get a shitty salary, he's the problem. Yeah.
And,
Ignis sips his water.
no, exactly.
The problem lives among you.
No, and yet I helped Jill get out. I'm going after the corporations. Unfortunately, there's going to be collateral damage.
That was the last campaign.
Damn it! What did he change the name of the ship to?
The willful destruction of property.
Full destruction of property. Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah, well, we're not. You're the one that's going to go on a willful destruction of property charge. But no.
Wouldn't be the first one. Not going to be the last.
Yeah, but I mean, the whole thing is though
Then
the
stop
little
or
guy
stay out
who
of the
While
way.
you guys are fighting,
the little
Liz
guy
goes
that
into
needs
another
his paycheck.
room
And what do
and
you
then
propose?
comes
Get
back
back
out
and do
with
nothing?
2 keys.
Because all I've heard from you
Thanks
is
for
how
the
things
keys.
aren't going to work. You've offered nothing on how to do anything.
And hands one to Riley and says,
House keys.
there's
I
your
do have it.
apartments.
I do have a suggestion, actually, on how to deal with them without creating too much collateral damage. And one of them
Oh,
is
I want to
not-
break their stuff. I want them to understand how they fucked
Yeah,
up.
but I would say let's not blow up another building.
I wasn't going to blow it up.
Let's not collapse it either.
It might happen.
I mean, destroying the building would ultimately... Buildings can very easily be replaced. It's more about the things inside the building that you should care about.
That's why I was going to break in and break those. If the building comes down, oh well.
Be fair.
Oh.
Breaking a building every now and then sounds fun.
So I'll just be happy to see FN out of the picture.
I think we all would concern they tried to kill us.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. I mean, they tried killing me, so
Well,
I don't give zero fucks about them.
I probably shouldn't say... I'm not open about it. I have other vested interests in the downfall of FN. Of a more personal nature.
I mean, they did try to kill you as well.
I don't think it was a targeted effort just because of my name, per se, although I guess I wouldn't be surprised.
You were there. You could have been collateral damage for all they cared.
Yeah.
All they wanted
Right.
was us as subjects to probably not survive.
Correct. And they will rue the day for doing so, on multiple fronts, it seems.
Well, what friend are you going to attack from?
Well, not me, but my brother. Like I said, the other corporations won't stand for open hostilities of this nature on Opus.
Also, the fact that the attack was... How far away from the edge of the dome are we?
Well, yes, that is part of the nature, in that...
It was a fair distance because it was hydroponics.
Ryden's gonna look over to Riley.
Explosives
Hey.
of that nature do pose a risk to all of the safety of Opus, but it's also a case of a corporation openly declaring war on another corporation won't fly. No one wants another corporate war, not even the corporations. FN more or less signed their own death warrant as a corporation when they set off the explosive.
And now they've got a target painted on their back thanks to Cormac.
You just broke up.
Oh.
Yeah.
And now,
Also-
and now they've got a target painted on their back thanks to Cormac here. Showing
Yeah,
us some
yeah.
ideas.
Thanks to their own actions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But
Okay.
now everybody knows that FN was responsible, or at least some branch, schism, what have you.
I mean, everyone would have found out in the next couple of days regardless. They used a bomb with their own label on it. Assuming it was them. If it wasn't, well, oh well. That's
Either
Is
way,
due to their
they want to
incompetent
develop
campaign
perfect
that-
soldiers in a. This planet, out of character. This planet is relatively peaceful, isn't it? Apart from the social hierarchy.
You have not heard of any theft from FN. Far as
I mean, in
weapons.
general,
so if
like-
that is the case, then if it was someone,
Like that would have made the news. Super weapon being stolen.
yeah,
Everybody panic. But the planet and civilization itself, apart from destruction, peaceful, is it not?
Mostly.
Like apart from people being shipped off the planet occasionally, I'm assuming to fight Thanes or something.
Well, in all sense and purposes, the structure of the city has been set for thousands of years, where the T'Pol is ahead of everything, and
Yeah.
people who are then right under her would be the council and the representatives, and the representatives are all the corporate
Like apart from
CEOs.
but apart from the corporations trying to destroy each other, the planet itself is generally peaceful. FN is basically developing super soldiers for no apparent reason other than to just sow discord.
They have reasons. You just don't know what it is yet.
Nor does the public, I assume.
Right.
I think this is one of
Take
those
over.
like Blade Runner type things where their stuff is for off-world, not for here.
I mean,
So people don't really care.
right. Most of the things that are happening here is just day-to-day normal. Having a attack like that, though, was not normal. So it made the news, of course, and then now you five are all over the news half the time for the last hour or so, or last day or so.
What is the news saying about us? Are they saying like we did it, or
They're uncertain. They just
They know that we
you
are not
walked out.
responsible thanks to
You walked out alive. And they're looking to
smoking
find
traitor.
you to find out more about how you walked out.
Fair
I
enough.
didn't. I jumped.
Or did stuff like that was really strange. That doesn't make sense to anyone. I mean, you are an enigma that is never an anomaly, let's put that.
Fuck you just call me?
Anomaly.
God,
Um,
an enigma, a mystery.
a mystery. So
mystery wrapped
that's
in an enigma.
that's why they're
in bacon.
actually looking into what's going on. But you haven't actually went to the police to say what was the statement, so instead
Yeah, why would I go to those guys who can't do anything?
instead you guys are traveling, and so that's why you are all over the news, because
Fair enough.
you are a mystery.
Thought in relation to this bombing.
Mm-hmm. That it?
I think you cut out, my dude.
Yeah, if you're
No, I
saying
actually
shit,
just
can't hear you. Okay.
So your brain cut out. Got it.
All right. Well, it
No,
is.
I'm just saying, like, literally, the whole thing would be as they are seeking us in relation to the bombing, though chances are, like, what the news would have cast as we exited probably doesn't exactly make it look like we were the ones who bombed the place. So, you know, they're probably not going around kicking down doors looking for us, you know, with like armed squads or anything. It's probably, you know, effectively a handful of detectives have probably been given, you know, the objective, try and find these folk. And chances are, you know, there's like newscasters looking around like, hey, have you seen people like these descriptions? Chances are they probably even walked into Cormac's place and of course immediately thought, nah mate, we don't know who that guy is.
Mhm.
Have you tried this other place that's miles away from here? You know?
Fair enough.
Like
I suppose
that's probably all that's really going on in terms of our involvement.
I'll probably stop by the station today and set the record straight, at least in regards to myself.
Okay.
I'd rather not have people trying to tail me while I'm conducting my day-to-day business.
Well, we'll deal with that next time because it is 2:00.
That's true.
And
That sounds like they're wasting their own time, and I'm not going to help them not waste their own time.
I still don't want people to show up. Well, not that they'll show up on my doorstep, but I'd rather still avoid it. cause
And that-
unnecessary hassle.
The differences in opinions.
All right, so
I'm not gonna help the cops do their job.
we're gonna call it here. Right now, we're gonna talk real quick about what you guys are thinking as your characters and otherwise, and then we will head into rating because it's time to go. We'll start with Cormac because I know you have to probably head out soon.
I mean, as far as where we left off, Cormac's pretty happy he has some targets to go after.
Alright, so do I need to have FN Industry warehouses ready for you next time?
Maybe. It depending on how big this goes, it might end up being like an off-session scene.
Okay.
We'll see. We can talk about it and decide.
Well, it
Okay.
has to get streamed, so it's probably not going to be off session.
No, it's gonna be on the stream because it's gonna be important.
Off-session is not mutually exclusive from stream.
Fair enough.
Okay. So Cormac is thinking I'm gonna go after these warehouses.
Yeah, he's- Definitely thinking about hitting the one in the east first.
Close to your place.
No, the one closer to the library. The one that isn't in the military district.
Probably a wise decision. Considering the one in the military, the south would probably be more dangerous.
We gotta gauge the strength of their basic soldiers before we do a harder target. Come on, guys, video game logic.
Yeah, obvious.
Video game logic would be going right towards the big target first. Finding
not
that is a
side
bad
quest
idea.
first.
What? No,
Side
you have to
quest
grind.
first, dude.
You have to grind levels first. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Just me? Alright.
Oh, so you're the guy in Skyrim that goes straight for Parthenax. Got it.
Big gamer.
Well,
Occasionally, yes.
okay. Anything else, Cormac?
Everybody's now disappointed in Magicka.
Exactly.
I was gonna say, this is why you turn the HUD off. This is why you turn the HUD off, and if they say go north, you immediately go south. I mean, do you
Well,
not know anything?
Bold of you to assume we weren't already.
That's fair, I guess.
Alright, I will
My
tell
comment.
you there is probably not much more you can glean from Jill. I will say that.
That's fine.
But,
You get an ally out of her at least.
yeah. Definitely. Definitely have it.
Yeah, that's why we indebted her to us.
Yeah,
Or at least I did.
yeah. Oh, yeah. She's definitely indebted to you.
Hell yeah.
So,
You could also just be like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not taking it.
True. I doubt she will though.
she doesn't have a reason not to.
Oh, that goes back and steals it.
But
That's too much work.
out of curiosity, Cormac, Ignis will ask you for the 2 addresses that you picked up. Do you give it to him?
Yeah. He didn't give a shit. They're not going to be there long.
I'll see if I can pull some strings and make your job a little bit easier.
Okay.
You just mentioned you have a brother who works for a corporation.
Worse for.
You never said he owned it, so he's making his own assumptions.
That's right.
Hey, here's the thing. My character is a public figure. Like, you could look online and learn that Dominic Ignis is the brother of Dracul Ignis, owner of Ignan Industries. He's not keeping a secret. He's also not explicitly saying it, though. To be fair, I suppose. But as a Godbound knowledge, it is probably something that you would know.
Yeah, you would.
I ever heard your last name. I just know you as Ignis.
Well,
That
that
is
is
his
the
last
last name.
Oh.
Yes,
I was
it's-
running on the principle that you were using.
And Ignis
first.
Industries
Ignis-
is ran by Ignis.
Well, it's not called Ignis Industries. It is Ignin Industries.
Ignorant
Ignorant.
Industries is
Ignorant.
ran by. Yeah.
I
okay.
know.
Whatever,
All right.
whatever strings you can pull. I can't think of a pun.
Then don't say
Then
one.
don't.
Whatever strings you can pull, I'm sure it'll make his job easier and us, and give us a better spectacle to watch. Because the moment you start wreaking hell there, the news is gonna be there.
Well, I mean, the fact
the
that
moment it
strings they
happens.
could pull could be here. I managed to find a list of all the employees, and that really doesn't help Cormac in destroying the place. Then again, it could also be, hey, by the way, I heard you were going to go punch things. You want to test out this new weapon here?
Well, it's going to be more like Ignis is going to make sure there's no cops in the area.
Hey, as long as they stay away, they don't get broke too.
Exactly.
Okay. So, we have anything else to say, Cormac?
Yes, I hope our viewers are ready for a lot of shit to go boom.
It's gonna happen. All right, Riley. What about you?
I think you can assume what I'm thinking.
You're gonna help it make it go boom.
No, that'd be
he'd
Raiden.
probably be trying to stop me from making it go boom.
Raiden would be the one helping it go boom.
Riley.
Yeah, I mean, like basically, like in like the out of character explanation of her sort of problem with Cormac's blaséness over the whole thing is that, like, in these settings, people tend to think of cops as sorry, officer, what did you pull me over for? Oh, why are you dragging me out the car and beating the absolute shit out of me? I only had a tail light out. That's not what I'm actually going for. It's that thing where she's not liking the fact that he seems, right? Now, I'm not actually saying is, but he seems to be essentially saying, oh, you are a janitor for this corporation. That means you're as bad as the head of the corporation, so I'm going to kill you as well. That seems to be how he's coming across.
And yet he helped Jill get out of the crater. Everybody seems to keep
Yes,
forgetting that.
which means he's a goddamn hypocrite.
Or you're just making assumptions.
Or the fact is, he does tend to be very blasé. Yeah, fuck the corporations. We're going to kill everyone involved, and that's what he keeps saying. Essentially,
Listen,
I mean, obviously, a little bit more nuanced than that, but that's how it comes across in character.
we'll see how it pans out when he goes raise that warehouse. We'll measure in how many 9-to-5 workers he kills.
Yeah, I mean that's generally the thing. I mean, you're saying that she's liable to try and stop him. Not so much. She's not entirely sure how much collateral you're gonna cause. It's generally that, because she doesn't actually know any of the characters as such. I mean, none of us actually really know each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she'll be happy to have a place that's not being repossessed.
Yet you kind of are starting to make a ban. That's what it's called, a ban.
A ban.
Band of Godbounds.
Oh, right, a band. Okay, sorry, I thought I was hearing ban, and I was going to say, is this some weird Americanism I've never heard?
No,
Yes, we're making a cadre.
that's another
Making a
word for it.
bandsaw.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we'll get bandsaw.
Right,
I can make sharp implements with my nanotech that I don't know about. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, she's going to be happy with that stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Just curious how this is going to pan out.
Okay.
Lots of fire.
Well, you now have a place to go, so now you have to move in. But that's going to require you to at least try to get your stuff back from wherever.
Yeah, I mean, like as Cormac was saying about an off session thing, like I mean, I can write up something for
Yeah,
that.
go ahead and do that.
I don't really
Off.
see the point in us like dedicating
No.
half a stream to I go and get my bike.
Nah.
But what if that's where you get attacked?
Well, that would be entirely up to Carsa, and if she decides to throw something like that in, then we'll pause that for doing on stream.
Well, we could discuss that off stream because we're kind of
Yeah.
pushing time. Also, so anything else you'd like to say?
No.
Is there anything you want to do next week?
Uh,
Bitch at me more about my fake anarchist.
You're anarchism.
Well, I would like at some point before like getting like really involved into the corporate plot and the anarchy subplot, side mission I should say, would be to speak to Willis. Is it Willis or Willits?
Willis.
With a T.
So you wanna
Willis.
speak,
Right. Okay.
speak to Willis. Okay.
Well, yeah, because
Sorry
essentially
about
the character's going to need to know about this tech. Like they have access to the internals. Like they see all the arm.exe underscore weapon. They don't know what any of that shit does. And if he's effectively the guy that invented this tech, and she has a way to go and speak to him, then yeah, she's going to do that to try and understand.
Okay.
Since the technology is clearly not just something you can go and pick up off a shelf. She can't just get a manual and read it.
Okay. So you're going to end up talking to Willis next week. Okay. Let's go
Well-
ahead and head to Raiden. What is Raiden going to do?
Raiden, can you guys hear me by chance right offhand?
Yeah.
Okay. Raiden is probably going to head back to the middle circle and keep working. He also does want to partially get back at the corporations because it's just y'all screwed up, y'all did this to me kind of thing.
To both or just one?
Just the FN for right now.
Okay.
But it's also a case of that he's not going to outright do it.
Mhm.
He's more of the if you want the help, he will help. He will go out of his way to create explosives.
Oh god, don't tell him that.
I think you all are misunderstanding that I don't need the explosives to bring down that building.
I know.
Let's do it.
Yeah, like I
I
have
just like
witnessed him
explosives.
punch people with energy, so yeah.
I just like explosives, to be fair.
We know.
We know.
I also don't need an explosive to cause an explosion.
Yeah, I won't need one. Like I like what? Shit. What?
4th level.
Level 4?
Yeah.
Level 5. I won't need it.
I'm gonna actually knowledge something I need to look at again.
Anyway,
Uh,
moving on.
Other than that, just keep working, make up some more wealth,
Okay. Is there
work on the car, make it fly.
work on the car? Okay. So is that your project for right now? Working on the car?
Well, I don't have any requests to actually make weapons or armor or anything, so currently yes.
Okay. So you liking what you're seeing so far, everybody?
Yep.
We forgot Chiv. We forgot Chivy Chase.
Okay. Chevy Chase.
Man, that
No,
was a
that
horrible
should be
pun.
Chevy Shank.
Okay.
That's better.
Well, all right.
Well, Shiv is just going to go with the flow, see how things play out. So long as his family remains safe, because I'm assuming they don't know they don't know about his family yet.
Dude, you're running around with your prisoner ID number. They've already ID'd you.
They
that's
already
fair.
know who you are.
That's fair.
I mean, you
And he's
literally
also
put the
considering the fact
ID
that-
on you.
And he's also considering the fact that he's going to need to get a form of income.
He'll figure it out.
Called thievery.
No, he'll just become a consulting detective.
Yeah,
you're not.
That's
you're not
thievery. You're
thinking-
stealing jobs from the cops.
Yeah, you're not thinking about the fact that you are effectively a hacker. You are the actual hacker of the group.
You can
I am,
actually
yes.
be the best hacker in the group.
You could just drain 1 credit from every person in Opus.
Exactly. You could literally
Funnily
do
enough,
like the standalone complex thing.
I had considered doing that to FN. Funnily enough.
Yeah. Why are you not thinking of this in terms of fucking watchdogs?
Yeah, like literally, you could literally just walk down the road and that person's got their bank app open. I'll just like siphon a few credits there. Oh, that
Yeah,
guy's
so
got
let's
his
start
cash app on. I'll take some of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That
start
guy's
doing that now.
Getting a
Thanks.
Patreon. Yeah.
I will say the only issue with that is that banks will be very privy to like banking errors. That's like the
But
only.
that's
aspect
why
of
you
that.
do it in amounts that are less than 1 credit.
Yeah.
Because then you just make the assumption that the banks round it up. So you're effectively stealing like 1/3 of a credit off everyone.
Yeah, and the banks will round it up to the nearest 1 credit.
Yeah, like seriously, you need to look up the banking scheme from Standalone Complex Second Gig, because it explains it so perfectly in terms of stealing such a small amount of money that it's not even recorded in most systems.
Dude, that's just the plot of Office Space.
True.
But yeah, it's like
I've never seen Office Space.
Or at Godbound, you will. You
You
are
can
at
start thinking
Godbound. You will find a
bigger.
way to make money.
Yeah, and I need to start thinking big.
But here's the thing:
like
what
for
the fuck are you
context,
guys getting money for?
Godbound. Yes, that's the other thing. I was like, a bit of context. Like, Godbound are assumed to just have enough money for their day-to-day lives. It's like, unless you are pursuing wealth for a reason, you do not need wealth per se.
Yeah, you walk up to a
Shiv is
coffee machine,
eventually going
you
to
just
build
have the
it.
change.
Shiv is eventually going to build his own giant library.
Yes, you don't need wealth to do that.
Yeah, but it's like you
just-
won't. You don't need wealth to do that. Yeah, exactly.
That's done through an influence or dominion project.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
So you can put that
Time to start
down
thinking big.
as your project that you're going to be working on ultimately.
It is. It's
Okay.
literally one of my
Alright.
goals.
I have 2, but they are both legitimately dominion projects. Influence is not going to help me with these.
Mm-hmm.
But it's occurring to me that Shiv can literally just do some remote hacking and like just power down any alarms in the place that Cormac is going to go to.
Could.
That's provided I take you guys with. There's a half decent chance where he's just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going on my own.
He's kind of a lone wolf.
No, it's more the he thinks he can handle more than he can. It's like the player understands this.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Okay, so, anything else, Civ?
Nope, that's about it.
Alright. I think we're down to Ignis. Your plans
that's me.
and whatnot. And, also, what are you thinking of what's going on?
My first order of business next session will probably be going to the police station. I will probably go under the alias of Dracula Ignis.
Okay.
That essentially going there to speak on behalf of his brother, as well as to pay off the cops to avoid the 2 addresses that he got from Cormac
Okay.
for the. We'll round up and say a week, more or less. It's like if you hear any services there, just take a little bit longer than usual to show up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you this, it ain't happening that first night. Cormac promised his wife a date.
Yep,
Drew.
he did.
And just for clarification, you'd be going to the cops as the CEO.
Yes.
Yeah.
More so, like my secretary told me that you're looking for my brother.
Don't.
Stop that. Yeah.
I've been told you're looking for my brother. No.
Cease. This is your cease and desist order.
And unfortunately, they will have to take it as, okay, fine, we won't look for your brother anymore.
Then they realize, shit, these guys are deeper than we thought.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily. The brother, it makes total sense that, his brother, the CEO, would be like, you're going to leave my brother the hell alone.
Yeah. It's like, he's above your pay grade. Stop it.
My brother is my problem.
Oh, and then also, like, avoid these two properties for a while.
Alright.
After that,
I can actually miracle the information about myself out of the.
I'm not entirely sure where I'll go from there. I'll think about it throughout the week, but
out of the asylum.
I'll get to that correction in a second. Go ahead. Sorry.
As far as my thoughts go, I am very happy that Liz Devereaux at least has the same goal as me of having as few Godbound running around as possible.
She doesn't want that many Godbound around. That
makes
sure.
it a lot. It makes it a lot easier for me because it means I'm not doing it alone.
I mean, we don't want other Godbound around either. That just makes more work for us.
Exactly.
Cormac's kind of on the fence. He's kind of like, oh, but that means, I get to fight stronger things.
Don't tell me you're building Cormac as a sort of one-punch man sort of person.
No, that's me.
He already did that.
No, I'm the one punch man. Fuck you. I have loosening God's teeth. I do straight damage.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I already punched out 4 dudes, each with 1 punch each.
You punched out 4 mortals. It's like punching out like 4 mice.
And?
Congrats.
Still took 1 hit.
But
They've just used a chair.
Yeah, because you weak. But yeah, my main goal is like I would like to learn more about the other characters in character. Like the thing is like the biggest problem with stuff like this is like all of the players know quite a bit about the characters. Mm-hmm. The characters do not yet though.
Correct.
And so like it is very easy to shortcut that first step of the in-character learning process because it's like, oh, like I already know a lot about Ignis. I already know a lot about Cormac, and it's like it is very easy for that like step of in-character getting to know one another to get shortcutted out.
And you already know there are two places now, because the hospital will not be one for very long. It's pretty much once she wakes up, she's gone from there. There are two places now that you can go to: here and Cormac.
Yeah, but if we need to get a hold of Jill, Devereaux's gonna have her information. Not worried about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, outside of that's like, hey, I learned that the main antagonist of our first arc is the primary competitor of my corporation. This is great news. I love hearing that.
Yeah, they are. They are of the military. Yep.
Well, once they get taken out, it's up. It's on the up and up for Ignan Industries. Even if I don't acquire them, I'm now like, I have like a monopoly on war. That's great.
That also means you have a monopoly on peace.
Also true. I have a monopoly on violence.
No, you don't.
Not totally.
At least on the corporate side.
All right, I'll give you that one.
In the city, you'll have a monopoly. In the rest of the world, the universe, no.
Well, that's fine. The rest of the universe doesn't matter. I'll have a monopoly on the name set, on the name part of the setting that the game takes place in, which is the most relevant part.
True enough.
That's going to be a very lucrative business venture, and I am happy about that.
Yes, of course, the dragon is very happy about getting more gold.
The horde must grow.
Your hoard's already inexhaustible. It literally cannot grow.
It's true, but that's besides the point.
Always wants more. All right, so we've talked to everybody. Y'all are having a good time. I'm hoping you're enjoying what's going on.
Little side note: little side note. Both Raiden and Riley are going to go get Riley's motorcycle. We're going to break it out.
Oh, that's gonna. Okay, so I will have to make a thing for that as well. All right.
Yeah, he's gonna help.
Would it really need a map, or is this a theater of the mind thing we could do?
We could probably do it as a theater of mine, unless they screw up.
I'm just trying to help you not have to do as much work on maps.
I agree.
I mean, come on. You really think Raiden, who can literally look at a building, know its exact weak points, and then know where to go, except for it's like a map. It's not even a map for himself. It's just he like instinctively knows where to go.
It's a wall you can phase through better.
Dude, it's a garage. You just open the garage door. Overcomplicating things.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm literally just picturing it like, I mean, you could like theater it in that entrance hall area, you know? Just say you walk up, there's the roller door, you cut through it, boom, there's the bike.
Or I could just mechanic my way in.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm literally just picturing it as it would be like a single small room, like a regular garage.
Okay, well then I have a little bit less to do, because that will be done through the theater of the mind. Alright, and I think we'll do the policeman in the theater of mind too.
Hey.
Alright, we got it set up? Alright, cool. Thank you all for being here, I appreciate it. I'm glad you're having fun. We're gonna head into reading right